got all up and you ripped me a new one.
Okay.
So now I give it to this dope, and he can't put it together.
You see, where are we going to go if you leave? It's impossible.
No, that is true.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right.
Great. I'm glad you're back.
We're in trouble.
Even though it doesn't smell like it, it looks like one.
How can you guys be so buddy-buddy after, trying to throw him under the bus?
We were just reading the script.
Hey, good job. Was I supposed to say imbecile or idiot?
Imbecile.
I got it right. Good. All right.
Sal, really? You're not upset about...
I am. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I know you take your bits. You have a lot of personal pride in your bits.
Who put the order wrong?
Who put the order wrong? What's my line?
I put the order wrong.
Thank you. Who didn't properly listen to the content?
You.
Both of them.
Excuse me. Boss has to eat.
So, Sal, you're not really...
Sal, you handed it to him.
I did, because
I know, why did you fess up to it?
No, Gary did. I said I didn't sit there. I made the mistake.
No,
I did.
But you gave them to him wrong, and it's not his job to listen to him for content. It's his job to listen to him for audio. You're the one who creates it. You create the content. For all he knows, that's what you wanted.
That's true.
Even though
you know why? I always listen to it with him because my job is the audio part.
It was your fault.
Yeah,
really
the content part is.
But it's
my
not
fault.
even a little Scott's fault. It really isn't. In this particular case.
All right.
Scott, your job is to make sure it's the way that you put it together.
That's true. And Scott's supposed to test it to make sure that it works.
It sounds good, and it sounded great. It just sounded great in the wrong order.
Right. All right. Well, we're halfway there.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, well, it was a very special wrap-up show. Artie came in on yesterday's wrap-up show. Gary said he was lying, and Artie started today's Howard Stern show saying that he wasn't too fond of that, and it carried over onto the wrap-up show where Artie said he wasn't going to come again. Well, he showed up and stayed for the whole thing, and we couldn't, usually on Howard TV, we show you 8 to 10 minutes of the best of the wrap-up show. Well, we couldn't cut this because so much happened and it was really intense, so here it is, Artie and Gary and Will and Greg Fitzsimmons and me and Benji and everybody else who was in there talking about whether or not Artie Lang is a liar.
Artie, I'm surprised to see you here after this morning. I didn't think you'd ever be back in our wonderful studio.
I was to Gary.
You're
hey,
back.
Gary, by the way, I think we made up, but what a show business move to say I'm due. That's like a producer, like, Artie's dead to me. That's like what Jerry Bruckheimer says to you.
I got to be honest with
one of his charity hockey games.
I got to be honest with you. I'm not so sure we made up. I mean, Howard said we made up, but we didn't really. We never really made up.
I came in here today to really
tell 1/10 of the audience that heard you this morning. You're sorry.
Well, what do you mean?
We don't have the listenership that
No. I said this today. I think I made this point today when I said that I came in there today mad and I wanted to say mean things because I was mad, and I said some things I didn't mean.
But see, you have to seriously. How do I know you didn't meet him?
That's me, man.
That's the tough part. Like you said him.
Me. It's like, you know what I'm like? I'm like David Niven in the Pink Panther. It's all a lie.
But it's so hard to tell.
You have to pick and choose. I've lost my credibility with you and Will.
And others. And I give Will some credit, at least, for having the balls to come in, because he's not the only guy that...
I like
No,
Will.
but Will's not the only guy that grabs my ear and says... He's just the only guy that had the balls to come in and
who the fish?
A lot of people. I'm being serious.
It's not that Fruity Jason, is it?
No, not Fruity Jason.
Who else? Not the black intern. Did he hear me say that thing?
No, not Black John.
I thought Black John was in the... he heard me say something. But anyway, I didn't say anything. The Knicks didn't cover, and I said something. But Black John, I love Black John. Any Jew interns? Are you a Jew intern? What's your name, sweetie? Jessica. Jew Jessica. Why don't you call her Jew Jessica if you're going to call John Black John?
You said the black intern.
No, you said Black John.
I was joking.
Do we have?
Right. Oh, how do I believe you? How do I know when you're joking?
Are there lots of white Johns?
Especially since I'm not funny or a comedian.
Well, Garrett, listen, you're not a comedian.
Or funny.
I thought you were Jew John.
Do you think you're a funny person?
No. But I don't think. But you made it sound.
I think you're a good storyteller.
You made it. Well, apparently that's not even true.
No, I think. Yes, I do. You know that.
You just said, "Oh no!" You want to tell that story about Richard Lewis?
Dude, well, that was me being. I'm arguing. I'm being an.
But how do I know?
What do you do? How do I know when you're joking? Now we don't. We're in a web of lies, as Jason would say.
Look, you both break each other's balls.
John, it's a web of lies.
You both break each other's balls, but it seems like there's an underlying level of animosity between the two of you, and neither of you guys know where it's coming from.
No, John,
that's true.
And
it's true that there is, and it's true I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, and I don't know either. Like, that's the thing. For months now, I have noticed a difference in our relationship because I think you believed certain things that people said that I didn't want you to come on these trips, and that's why I knew that was a sore spot and a weak spot, and that's why I sort of went at you there. I was very hurt by what you said on the wrap-up show, and let me tell you something. If we replay that clip, I think I'd be justified in it. If a coworker and a person who's supposed to be a friend says something like that about you, a blanket statement, he lies about everything.
But I didn't say. I said, how do we know if we could trust him? And the funny thing is, myself.
Let's calm down with that. No, have I ever done anything to you like where I really, really betrayed a trust to you? Like really a bad thing where like I flew over, man. Like, you know what, Artie flew me over.
No, on a personal level,
okay,
no.
well, that's what it sounds like, though.
No, but
that's what it sounds like to people.
Maybe some of the animosity for me comes from. I'll be upfront. I'm not crazy about the way you've treated the show in, say, the last 8 or 9 months.
How have I done that?
Well, but by lying about what you're up to, about like not showing up all the time. I know you think.
No, but listen, that's your beef's with Howard, man. If Howard would pull me aside and say stop doing that,
you wouldn't. I don't think you would.
Okay, well, you know what? Then
would you? I mean, would you?
Of course I would. Howard laughs at the whole thing. He laughs when I sleep. He loves when I fall asleep because it's fascinating.
All right.
So bring it up with him. If Howard Stern pulled me aside and said, "All right, listen, if you're late 5 more times in the next couple weeks, or if you're late, and I'm late twice every 4 months, okay, or I'm absent twice every 6 months, he knows that I'm in here most of the time, and it's not that big of a deal. But you get a lot of material at it. If Howard sat me down and said, "Dude, if that happens again, I don't know if you could work here anymore," I would probably get my ass in here. And the fact is, if it happened again and he doesn't fire me, what kind of message does that send to me?
That's true.
Well, all right. So, I mean, your problem's with him, Gary, not me. It is.
I think that's funny.
It is. Tell Howard. We're all of us are serving one guy here. Let's face it.
That's true.
I mean, that's obvious. I mean, as much as I would care if I made you mad about something, ultimately my job's in jeopardy if Howard's mad about it, you know. And I think all of us know that, and we feed off of that. So we don't really care if we aggravate each other. I don't really give a if you think I'm hurting the show, as long as Howard.
No, I don't think you're hurting the show. I will never say that.
Okay, if you think I'm treating the show
disrespecting
badly,
it, but not hurting it. You're not hurting it.
Ultimately, if you think
you're helping it on some days, while you're disrespecting it, you're helping it, which is so weird.
Well, that's what I mean. So it's a weird gray area we're in here. You know, if ultimately, if you think I'm disrespecting the show, while it hurts me that you would think that, it doesn't affect my life at all, man.
Right.
But if Howard thinks that and he makes that clear to me, then it affects my life. And all of us are this. If you were doing something that pissed me off, Gar, ultimately you might care because we're friends, but it's not affecting your life at all. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Right, but you'd still be pissed off.
I would be. And, you know, a caller made an example. I didn't listen to the whole wrap-up show yesterday, but maybe Ralph called up and called me a liar again. A caller said Artie should be more mad at Ralph than he is at Will and Gary. And here's the point. I'm not, because, and this is difficult to put, and I don't want to insult Ralph in any way, but ultimately, I honestly don't give a f about what Ralph thinks. Just because, like, when this show ends, Ralph and I have the kind of relationship where I'm probably not going to be friends with Ralph after the show ends because I might aggravate him, he might aggravate me. We could be great friends one day, and then I say something that annoys him, and he'll get on the air and say the most vicious, and I might say something vicious about him. So it's so up and down with Ralph. I just know we're not the same type of guy. I'd wish him nothing but luck, but ultimately I'm not the kind of friend on a permanent level with Ralph that I might be with you or Will. You know, if I did a show, if I went on to do a show somehow, I would hire you and Will in a heartbeat or be a partner with you on something. That's probably not going to happen with Ralph while I like him. So I don't really care if Ralph thinks I'm a liar on any level. Like, it doesn't bother me and it doesn't affect my work. You guys, it does. It affects me. That makes me mad because I think we're better friends than that.
Right. And it's funny, if you would have listened to the clip yesterday, I said, got people. I know exactly what I said because I listened to it again. I said people are saying that Artie's lying. Then I said I believed you about the urine story, and then I said with the jogging story, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know when he's telling the truth or not.
You said he lies about everything.
I don't know if I said that.
You said he lies about everything. Look at like the jogging story. And for a casual listener just to hear that, they don't know what the jogging story is. They don't know what context it's in. And people are like, okay, Artie just lies about everything now. That's awful.
But
it's not this jogging story.
The funny thing is, and maybe because you're saying it came out of me, it's not the first time it's come up on the wrap-up show.
All right, I know.
That discussion.
Yeah, but I don't know. That line hit me harder than others.
Well, I wasn't looking to,
And that's what's getting lost in all this. Like, people aren't saying that, oh, maybe I'm justified in being mad at that. I think I am.
Right, and maybe I'm justified that you didn't come and see me and tell me, hey, Gary, what you said yesterday really pissed me off.
Hey, Howard, Gary, okay, the same way you didn't come to me, you meant saying, hey, when you spilled the high C, what did you say to me on the air? It's more fun to bust your balls on the air.
True.
About it. Okay,
that's true.
I mean,
but I hardly put
him
on
a fucking crazy world here that we're living in. This is craziness. Everybody either wants to be great on the show or be your friend. Like, I
was too uncomfortable to come to you and say that to you off the air, to be honest.
Well,
it would just be too uncomfortable a conversation.
Maybe I was too uncomfortable to come to you about it. And so we put it on the air.
You look pretty comfortable now.
Well, we're on the air again.
I know.
We're back making great radio.
And by the way, I said to you the whole thing about I'm gonna now show you how all roads lead to Ralph.
Right.
I said that on the air this morning. The whole rap about that Gary does everything that Artie does and annoys Artie started with Ralph.
I know. Right.
And if it would have started with anybody but him, I probably would have brushed it off.
And again, I think Ralph makes for a lot of funny things on the air, and he can get under people's skin. But it annoyed me that, like, that's the thing that you're really sticking with based on something Ralph said. I mean, come on,
because
I like clearly that got in your head and you never let it go. But we didn't have it out till now.
But I'll tell you why. Because you obviously know that that's my Achilles heel, and when you're around, when you're not trying to piss me off, when you're around, you'll go there,
joking around,
and then you'll reel it back in, and so I never do.
If you were fighting with Achilles, where would you shoot the arrow?
Into his heel.
Thank you.
I have a question for you about the lying thing, because I think
worshipping cock.
I think it's important. You've acknowledged lying about the drugs for obvious reasons. Who at work are you going to tell that you're using drugs?
This is like Hein Lang, Frostniks.
But do you understand how, and I think Will was trying to make this point, do you understand that if you lie about that, how that hurts your credibility about others? I know you say the drugs thing is one thing.
Right.
That's separate.
So name something you think I've lied about that has something that has nothing to do with drugs.
I got to think about that.
Of course, because there isn't much there. I mean, I have a lot of drug addict friends who, when they're talking about drugs, you can't believe anything they say. But, they're not going to. If I ask them if they're banging my wife, if they say no, I believe them. It doesn't. I'm ashamed of the fact that I'm a drug addict. That's awful. But I've been very open about it for years now. It's part of my life. It's part of my persona, unfortunately. And, I'm afraid of losing work, and I might lie about it. That's the truth. The same way, like I used today. If you're speeding, you might say you were doing 85, but you say to the cop, "God, no."
It's like if a married guy lies about cheating. Do you guys think he's a total liar then?
Yeah, I mean that's a great example.
Well, what do you think of Bill Clinton?
I think a wife would have trouble trusting her husband again.
Right.
If she knew.
And all her friends.
Well, if he admits that he cheated.
No. But if your friend, I think what Benji's trying to say, is if you have a best friend, a guy that's like a brother to you, and he comes to you and says, look, I'm cheating on my wife, this is bad, and then you hear him lie to his wife about it, do you think he's a liar on every level, or just because he's lying to his wife?
No, I mean, you would say probably though that guy. I mean, if he's lying to his wife, might be a little untrustworthy in some ways.
But if he's lying to his wife to save a life that he might have with his kids and everything, and I mean,
I get that.
I mean, like there's guys here that have cheated on their wife.
Right.
Okay.
You know it.
Benji's pretty sure he knows.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you just know it that everyone here, if it ever comes up the air, they're saying, no, I'm faithful.
What are you going with odds?
I'm going with odds.
Look, I've said I was faithful to Dana now for years.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But if someone lies, even if it's that, like Artie's example, you do think twice about them telling the truth in other scenarios. I mean, I was trying to think of other things because you asked that.
See, I can, look, I think you're thinking more morally and ethically about a guy doing that. Like, it might make me think less of his character, but it doesn't make me think he's lying to me about everything.
But Artie,
there's no question about that.
Here's a big issue too. So Artie, did you do drugs? No, that's a lie.
Totally
understand.
That's a blanket thing. Like, did I do drugs? I'm saying, if Howard said to me, "Are you on heroin right now?"
Right, I understand.
I'm going to say no.
That I understand, but do you understand how it's?
And eventually, I always say yes for some reason.
It's not just that where some of the lies come in. It's not that black and white.
Right.
Because then it comes to other parts of your life. But I had to hide the drug thing, and it sort of permeates the big parts of your life.
I understand.
And it's not so obvious.
Right. Okay. You could tie the drugs into a lot of things that go on. Like you said, the shrink. Well, you lied about the shrink because it was drug related.
Yeah, it was keeping my job related. That's what it was about.
But we weren't going to fire you.
Well, it was basically. Look,
we would have been. We were disappointed.
Look, how do I know that for sure? I don't know what you guys are thinking. I mean, there might be why wouldn't I think you're going to fire me? I mean,
Then why did you tell us that you stopped going if you thought we might fire you?
Because by then, obviously Howard didn't care, and I said it because of look, I do share some things that are crazy on the air because I think they're provocative.
Right. Like even when you called me about the drug test, when you called me at home that night, you said, "Listen, I'm not going to take this drug test. An entertainment lawyer told me to take it. Because if I take it, I'm going to lose a month's worth of pay if I go to rehab." But no one ever had that discussion with you that you would lose pay to go to rehab. In fact, most of the discussion here was go do what you need to do.
Look, I made a dumb deal, and in the deal, I said to Howard, "Without pay," and he said yes. That's where that came from. So it was all parameters I laid out. Don't get me wrong. When I called you, I was trying to get out of it.
Right.
I didn't say you guys did it. I laid it out.
But I mean, how many times?
And I realized how stupid it was.
How many times has Howard said, "Artie, go, if you want to go"? And did he ever say, "And by the way, if you go, I'm suspending your pay for, off the air"?
I brought it up. But
I mean, up to that point.
No, he never said that. Of course not. But I brought it up. So that was in the rule book that I laid out, and I was trying to get that out of the rule book. That's why I brought that up. But, I don't know. I mean, listen, maybe I don't want to go away for a month, too, because, maybe some guy will sit in the chair that you guys love. Jackie lost his job, I mean, maybe
Jackie quit.
Okay, but.
And quite honestly, the 50 people that sat in the chair after him weren't as funny as you.
All right. Well, listen.
Sorry, Jimmy Kimmel.
They might come back. A guy might come who you never heard of and be funny, and he could work for cheaper. This is America. I don't know, Or how it starts. Artie could come in Monday and Tuesday. We'll have this guy Wednesday. I think about that all. I worry about losing my job like everybody else in the world. And not so much for this stuff because Howard makes it funny, but losing my job to someone better? Yeah, of course I do.
But can I be the voice of morality? If you were that worried about it, wouldn't you just take care of yourself to make sure you didn't have to leave?
Well, again, Gary, we're going back to why I just got into drugs. I don't know. I got addicted to drugs, man. I have no idea how that happened.
Do you think you have a disease? Because you talked about that this morning, too.
No, I've never.
You don't think it's a disease?
I don't. I hate that rap. I think, because there's been times in my life where I've been off of drugs for 4 years, and then I get the blues on the road, the wah thing, and I feel like getting high. I don't think that's a disease. I think that's a flaw in your character. I don't think it's a disease at all.
All right, since it's come up so much, we've got the clip from yesterday, so you guys can settle this once and for all. Hit it, Ted.
I just know what I hear in the office, so I'm sitting there thinking, like, Artie's out of his mind. This is crazy. I can't believe it. And then I hear somebody say, how do you know that you can believe what Artie just said? Which I hadn't thought of. Some people think that the story he told today might not be true.
Oh, that he didn't even have the urine? He was just
telling a great story. I'm believing he had the urine on him, but now the seed of doubt has been planted. That's how low his trust level is around here. I hadn't thought of that, but other people had.
Yeah, I said that to Gary because, I mean, it's funny. It sounds funny for him just to say, so who knows if it's the truth. And it's not to be insulting to Artie, but you can't take him at his word, obviously, at this point. So you can just speculate that anything he says is not true.
Yeah, but real kind of things that he's lied about, it's always been to protect his image. It's never been like just to pull a stunt.
But no,
on him.
he lies about everything. How did he protect his image when he told the Rolling Stone girl that he's going to tell us he went jogging? What do we give a shit?
And it is funny when he says he's
Exactly.
going to take it out and slam it
Right.
around, and that's a funny line.
It could be. I mean, it wouldn't be. I don't think it's that big, but I don't think he was lying about that.
So you think he had an audience?
I have faith in Artie that he was lying to us about it, about the urine.
That he was telling the truth about lying about having the urine.
I don't know. That's pretty bad to me. I mean, that's tough. But listen, you could play back a number of things I've said about people. If you just looked at a transcript of the show, it's awful. That hurt my feelings big time.
I'm surprised. I mean, I didn't mean it. I'm surprised. I really am surprised compared to some of the things that have been said. But I'm not saying
everything.
If it bothers
you answered your own question. I don't give a if you knew I jogged with that. To use that as an example is awful.
No,
that's the example. Outside of the drug use that you use, a total joke.
Because it wasn't obvious it was a joke, and it seemed like of anything.
How is that not a joke?
It seemed like something to not lie about.
I think you have a better sense of humor than this. Okay, how is that not a joke? The reporter knew it was a joke.
She didn't.
Yes, she did. She said it to you to create this because you're acting like a.
No, she came here and I'm telling you, but she didn't say it was. That might be true, but she didn't say she knew it was a joke.
And she was acting like by coming in here and being a little and saying, "He said to me, he'll just lie if we don't jog."
Now, Will, you clearly said in there that you didn't mean anything offensive by what you were saying.
I don't think it's no insult to Artie, but how could you take his word for anything?
Oh God, dude, that's not what I said. I said it was a funny
That's exactly
story.
what you said.
And how could you be so insulted that people might think you're lying
No,
about
but
stuff? That's the part that's so ridiculous.
Lying about certain things is fine, but you're not getting my point. Not to take my word on anything is what pisses me off. That's a blanket statement about me as a person, not as a drug addict or a guy with a drug problem. Saying you can't take my word about anything and that I lie about everything.
No,
I
don't say you lie about everything.
Well, you just did.
And you know what? I didn't mean that. What I do mean is that everything is now in question in my head. That doesn't mean you lie about everything. It means everything's in question.
Then that's your problem, man.
But it's a problem that's not that hard to have.
It shouldn't be in question. It shouldn't.
And I'm not the only one. I'll give Will
you
credit.
keep saying that. You're not
because
the only
it's true,
one.
because Will's the only.
Let's talk about you. I'm talking about you. Not
I'm not
everybody
sure
else.
when you're telling the truth. That's me talking.
Even
That's it. I can't say it any other fucking way. I'm not positive when you're telling the truth anymore.
Tell me one time outside of like drug stuff you think I've lied to you.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it.
Because I've never done it, Gary.
I guess not.
Of course I haven't.
So when you lie for drug stuff, that's okay, and I should know the difference.
Yeah, Gary, because people lie about shit they might get in trouble about. That's human nature. People lie about shit they think might be an awkward thing to say to somebody, because that's human nature. If everybody told the truth, everyone would hate each other's guts. That's what this show creates. It's good radio. But you can't think of one thing, and neither can John, because I've never lied about anything else, ever. And that's the problem.
So if you were on the other side of this, and you were me, and because I know you lie when it comes to drug stuff to protect yourself, I know that.
Okay.
I should know the difference. I should know that if it's
Gary, have
not
you
possible.
have you ever lied to a boss?
Of course, but I'm just saying.
Have you ever lied to a boss about something drug related?
No, because I didn't really do a lot of drugs. And if I did, I never worked at it.
You might have been coked up all night, and someone might have said you look bad. Who you work for, and what'd you tell them? You overslept, or?
I've never been in that position. I swear to God, because I just never got to that.
Okay, but you've lied to your boss. Maybe you went to an Islander game too late one night.
Okay, fine.
Which I don't know why you were there.
Another gay sport
after '83. But so that's it, Gary. So you lied once or twice or three times to your boss. How do I know when you're telling the truth? It's called using your discretion. It's why you have a brain. It's using your reason. Okay, Artie's, he does heroin. He may lie about it, but he's not lying about this because he's never lied about something like that ever before.
I guess it's
you want to get on here and be interesting by just calling me a liar. So I'm not taking it anymore.
Okay, you said how you feel, and I said it's tough to know.
All right, okay, good. It's tough to know then. I'm sorry you can't figure that out.
Listen, I'm entitled to an opinion, Artie.
Okay, then it's a dumb opinion. I'm entitled to I'm entitled to think it's a dumb opinion.
And you're totally entitled to think it's a dumb opinion. It's not.
Do you think that I think it's a dumb opinion is a dumb opinion?
It's not as cut and dried as you try to make it out to be, that everybody should know what the rules are about lying. For
not
Artie
a person in this room hasn't lied, and
but that's not the point.
Yes, it is, Gary. We're talking about lying.
Who do you think? Okay, John, me, you, Will, Benji. Who's got the highest lying percentage in this room?
I don't know. No idea. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what you tell your wife. I don't know what you tell. I have no idea. You guys don't say on the air that I say. I shouldn't say it. I blurted out. That's why you know I lied in the first place, because eventually I tell the truth. How do you know I'm not lying about? How do you know I didn't see the shrink for 4 months and the other thing isn't a lie? You don't know.
How do I know that you just said it?
It's all entertainment, Gary.
But how do I know when you're entertaining me or not?
If you don't know that, then you are a monkey. What are you talking about? if I say something
so I
funny,
should know that you might have lied about not going to the shrink.
No, Gary, you're picking and choosing what you think is a lie and what you don't think is a lie.
But do you understand why there might be confusion?
No. Yeah, but you gotta look. We're on the air saying, dude, you gotta learn to separate that from me as a person. You just have to do that. That's what life. I don't know how much you guys lie to people in your life. I have no idea. You could lie to your wife every day, Gary. You could lie to your neighbor every day. You could lie to your PTA people every. You could lie to the defense.
Well, I don't know what
coach
you
on
do
your
when you leave
football
here
team.
either.
Okay,
I don't know what you tell.
How can I answer that question?
I don't know what you tell your sister or your mother or anybody else.
How can I answer that question?
Well,
Who
how can
lies the
anybody
most?
answer it?
All right, well, you asked it. Ask answerable questions.
For the whatever.
You have to separate what's on the air and what's in your private life or real life or whatever.
Right.
So that means that anything you say on the air could be right if it's for entertainment purposes.
It could be a joke.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's exactly the point yesterday. That we were saying it could be.
But you see, if it's that gray, why even bring up anything that's said on the air? I mean, why talk about anything I've said on the air?
Because that's what the show's supposed to just talk.
If it could be a joke, then just say, "Oh, Artie was joking around." I don't know.
That's what we said.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Well, we
That's
said
not
it was
what you said.
It was a lie instead of a joke.
No,
I said it was a funny line.
You said you can't take my word on anything, and that's you being serious.
I don't know if it was that serious like that.
All right,
But,
well, I don't
but
know.
I mean, I
were
don't
you
think
trying to be funny when you said that?
I'm obviously the most unfunny person and should
No,
be on the
Gary
show.
is.
I'm unfunny.
Gary's
Do
Do you think you're a funny guy, Will?
You don't know me. You don't
yes,
know
I
me.
do.
No, you don't.
Will, I've worked with you for 8
That's a
years.
difficult
you
question
don't.
coming from you because you're way funnier than all of us. So when you say it, it's sort of a question.
Well,
Will could be
how
funny,
do we-
but he's not.
Yeah,
He's not already funny.
Artie, you've never hung out with me. You don't
He's
know whether
probably-
I'm funny or
he's
not.
the 80th funny Eagle fan I've ever met.
Okay, well, that's
he's
fine.
not even in the top 79.
Dude.
The guy who said he'd throw Ralph off the 700 section, that guy should be working.
One trick
It's funny
pony.
because
Guy had one good line. He's
He
like the,
called
like
Ralph,
the unknown,
he
like the
called
unknown
Ralph
comic.
He called Ralph a heatless fag.
But hey, Art, that's
Yeah,
kind of
that's an unfair card to play though, because you're right. I mean, Gary's right. You make your living being funny.
When you ask me
Well,
if I think I'm funny,
when you guys come into this show and try to be funny, then you're coming into my territory. So I'm going to judge your funniness on
No,
this
no,
show.
because
I
we're
know
not.
if you're funny
No, no,
watching
no.
a Philly game
I'll
with
tell
your
you what,
friends.
This
We're
show's
not
not
in your-
always about being funny.
we're
It's
not
about
in your
what goes
territory.
on.
The purpose
Should
of this show is not to be funny round the clock.
Well, you're doing a bang-up job.
We discuss the wrap-up show, and once in a while we'll crack a joke because it just happens to be there. Whether you think that joke is funny or not, you're totally entitled to. But we're
Well,
not
I
coming.
didn't get the
You
memo.
make it
I didn't get the wrap-up
You
show
make it.
summary.
You make it sound like we're coming in here trying to be you, and we're not.
No, I don't think you're trying to be me.
Wait,
'cause
can
then
I
you'd be
say
lying
can I
all the
say
time.
one thing
No,
that
we're
might
try-
frame
or
that might
less
frame
funny.
the debate
If
a
you were
little
trying
bit?
to
Is
be
it about
me-
that reporter?
Benji.
Oh,
if you
for
say it
stop.
again, I'm going to punch you in the head.
Seriously.
Wait, what? You're not
Stop.
allowed to say.
No, stop.
I'm going to punch you in the head.
What?
All right, stop.
Wait, why is that the worst thing
The,
that's been
the thing
no
that I want to
bullshit.
say
Are
is
you
that
retarded?
No,
Then
wait,
just listen.
I don't understand why that would get you so mad.
Well, because you're trying to be funny and you're not being funny.
Is that the part that's getting you mad?
Yes, the
It's
wrap-up
exact-
show is not about being funny.
I mean,
unless
the
you're
thing
Artie.
I was going to say is
Sometimes. If
it's
the
ex-
Will, try saying it. See what happens.
If funny presents itself, did you hear Gary? Then you try to be funny.
Well, I guess what I wanted to point out is like if you're gonna lie, obviously as a comedian, your premise is it can go anywhere from exaggeration to all out lies for entertainment purpose. So if you're on the radio, I think it's akin to that on some level. So I guess the definition of a lie in terms of it affecting your friendship has to be defined as something that's hurtful to you or the show.
In your person. See, in other words, if you agree with what he just said, and I do, then being offended by anything I say on the air has to go out the window because something on the air could be anything. If I ever come to you in your office and say, Gary, listen, I'm not on heroin, man. I promise you. Did I ever say that to you,
No.
person? No. And then, because that I'd be a little more insulted by. When I'm on the radio, like Greg said, I'm trying to be entertaining. So for you to take anything I say on the air as gospel and to be offended by it is a little retarded.
So
No,
when
but
you
I'm not saying
hold
that-
on. When you talk to us off the air during commercial breaks about your experiences at the shrink, should I know the difference? And you did. Howard said, you go to the shrink? Oh, you mentioned whatever.
No, because I did go to the shrink a couple of times, and I talked about my experience.
Even
there.
that number, did you go 1.5 times?
I didn't make up stuff that didn't happen at the shrink. I went about 2 times, and I told Howard what my opinion was of it.
So you asked your shrink if it was okay for you to drink, or you told your shrink you were going to drink?
Yeah, that's the last time I went. I told him I had tequila, and then I.
So in your second visit, you told him,
yeah, it came up pretty quick.
No, and I didn't say that to defend Artie. I'm saying
Thank you, Greg.
I'm saying it to point out that there may be things that you've said to Gary off the air. And it seems to me that in terms of anybody that you have a relationship with off the show, they can be angry about a lie that affected them in some way.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm unclear on how that affects what he says on the air, because certainly Howard may not have a small penis, and Dean Martin didn't really have a drink in his hand all those years. There's certain things.
Greg, I swear to God, I don't even know what you're talking about.
No,
I got lost. And
Why do I know what he's talking about?
I don't know. I'm stupid.
You have a problem with Artie lying, right? And it affects your friendship, correct?
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't
All
think
right.
So what I'm saying, wait, hold on, Will. I'm just trying to clarify this so we understand this. So what I'm saying is a lie versus comedic license is something, and I'm not defending Artie, because if he did lie to you off the air, then that is wrong, and that's something that he has to address.
Artie not going to the shrink was no comedic license. It was just him lying.
No, what, we didn't laugh about that on the air? That didn't create an hour of material?
Did it create material? Yes. Did we laugh about it? No.
Yes, we did. Howard laughed about it. What he's saying is, if you're going to admit that sometimes while I'm on the air in that forum, I'm trying to be funny, you can't take anything I say as gospel. And to be offended by it is stupid. If I come to you off the air and say something to you that's a direct lie that really betrays you, then that's a different story. And that's never happened, and I've never done that to a friend, and I will never do that ever in my life.
Artie, what about when you called me and gave me a 20-minute speech about how you couldn't come to my wedding because you couldn't be around drugs and alcohol?
That's the truth.
No, because your shrink told you couldn't do it.
Listen,
and then you went in there and said you didn't want to come because you didn't want to go because whatever.
Because I was trying to be funny, and I said I don't want
Artie,
to go to
that's the truth, and I don't care. You're not
wedding.
Offending me. That's the truth, though.
Well, I didn't want to go because I didn't want to drink at dinner. Same reason I didn't go to Fred's party. I don't go to things where if I think I'm going to fall off the wagon.
But I think you were at that point. You were still doing heroin.
Well, I wasn't. I was not. I was on the heroin wagon at that point. And how would you know anyway, man?
Exactly.
It's all speculation.
Because
shut up about it.
On the wrap-up show,
don't talk about you don't know because you're going to get in a bad area.
But on the wrap-up show, and again, I asked you 2 weeks ago, Artie, how long were you on heroin? You said off and on from the end of August till December.
Off and on.
Well, Will's wedding was in September.
What does off and on mean?
But how do we? I don't know, man. But it could have.
I said off and on. I didn't say constantly from August to December.
So the second you got off of heroin was just happened to be the week that Will was getting married. Where you didn't want to drink.
It could have been. I got off heroin to go to Afghanistan.
Somebody said earlier, Artie, about ultimately Gary should be mad at Howard, not at you, because Howard is the one who lets you.
Howard runs the show. We all know that here. Okay, if Howard was mad at me, there'd be consequences for what I'm doing. He's not. So Gary should go to Howard and say, listen, Artie's been disrespecting the show, and I don't like that. And Howard then has to react to that.
You're right. And Howard doesn't react to it.
Okay, so what am I?
But
so does that give you a license to basically do whatever you want to do?
Yeah, until Howard tells me not to.
The Greg Fitzsimmons school of, he's talented enough to do what he wants.
That's not what I said.
It's sort of exactly what you said, Greg.
No, what I said was, what Artie said is true. Look, there's a guy who makes personnel decisions here. There's no democracy. There's no real. There may be some input, but it's his decision. Do I think it's a good idea that Artie's in bad shape and he's still on the air? That's not for me to decide. I think that it's an issue that
But when you were here, you said, "Listen, you take what you get. Artie's a talent."
And why are you insulted by that guy?
No, you are a talent.
Okay, and you're not.
He said because you're a talent that you are held to a different standard,
and
which you are. But then he went on to say,
I get paid more than other
should be
people
able to
here,
do
too. Why
whatever.
Do I get paid more
you
than
should be
people
able to do whatever you
want.
You should be able to do whatever you want.
Pissed off that they don't make how much the same amount of money
You're
I
missing
make.
the point. I didn't finish the thought.
No, but you're adding your own thought.
I'm not adding it. You said it.
No, I did not say Artie should be able to do whatever he wants. You added that.
No, you did.
I ended at Artie has problems. He doesn't always come in on time. Howard doesn't have a problem with that. So apparently those are the standards for Artie. Not set by you.
I've been late 10 times in 8 years.
I didn't say it was good. I didn't encourage it. I didn't say.
But it's not true because your exact example was that you worked on a show and that you came in late because you wrote jokes that got on. And you know what? It wasn't right, but them.
Well, guess what?
no,
If I'm
because
doing
I
a
didn't
monologue
say
every
fuck
day,
them.
I'm keeping the guy who writes the funny jokes, not the guy who's here on time who
No,
sucks.
Gary,
That's the world, man.
you're assigning a cause effect to that wasn't there. I didn't say, phew, I'm coming in late and leaving early. I came in late because I was really unhappy. And when I was there, I worked really hard and I got a lot of
I
shit.
think the exact word was like tough I think.
No, that was not the exact words. I defy you to show me that on the tape.
See,
You're
Gary, you're
putting your
offended by
impression
him
of this.
acting like a producer. You're offended by what he just said because you have animosity probably towards funny people because you want to be one. But clearly that's what's going
Artie,
on.
you're
offended by
there
him.
were funny people before you got here, and they didn't offend me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sam Kinison never offended you.
No,
by
he
his
did
behavior.
not. No, he did not because he didn't work for me.
Right.
He did not. He never offended me
All
by
right,
his behavior.
okay.
But that's a
Jackie never annoyed you?
No, because Jackie took the show seriously.
Oh, okay. Jackie, who walked out on a contract. Pick your battles, man. No, it's not a different story. That's not disrespecting the show.
Oh no, but I was offended by that.
Okay, what you
but-
just said was wrong. You said someone else did offend you in history of the show.
Yeah, he didn't do it on a daily basis.
Yeah, neither am I, Gar. I've offended you on a daily
No, that's
basis
wrong.
for
No,
8
you're
years?
wrong. You're wrong. It's not a daily basis. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm right about
But
everything,
it's
apparently.
more. Whatever.
Gar, listen, let me tell you something. If you're Ellen DeGeneres or Jay Leno, and there's a guy that writes jokes that get laughs every time, but he's always an hour late. Sometimes he falls asleep, blah, blah, blah. But there's another guy who's on time every day, who looks neat and never has a problem or a drink in his life, and everything sucks. Who are you keeping at hiring time?
Yeah, I don't know because I've never been in that situation
I mean,
till now.
if you don't know the answer to that, Gary, then you're a dumbass, stupid.
Thank you.
You keep the guy who writes sucky jokes.
Wait, no, wait, don't name call because this is.
No,
I
let
really,
him name call. This is how he feels.
There's a disconnect between because you have been in that position. You have the man standing next to you is late a lot, and he works for you, and you haven't fired him. Why?
We threatened to fire him,
But you haven't fired him.
It was very close.
But
Benji
why
will
did
tell
you keep him?
We gave him one more chance.
But why? You wouldn't give that same chance to somebody else.
That's any job. That would be the cashier.
That's
not
my
true.
point.
That's not true.
That's my point.
No,
Well,
but
which
that's
one
not
am I
true.
listening
No,
to now?
because Benji writes funny stuff. That's why he's there.
Of course, because we like the work that he does.
Okay.
But he was getting to a point where his work was good, but not good enough to put up with what was going on, and it was close.
So let me get this
and
straight.
Benji, just back me up. Was it close? Was that meeting?
No.
You were not afraid in that meeting?
No.
Are you being honest?
Yes.
Fire him, Gary.
He's
It's
not
not Gary's decision. It would be Howard's
Exactly.
decision.
That's the other point.
Robert
It's not
Smigel-
Gary's decision.
I
Robert
said it-
Smigel, who's like one of the greatest TV writers in history, now does occasionally TV Funhouse on SNL, which is like a 1-minute, 2-minute short film. He used to have to show up at 7 in the morning, say till 4 in the morning. Now he's got the respect and the luxury. Now, I think the problem is he's not saying for you to Lauren Michaels. He's saying this is what I want to contribute. If you want it, that's fine. And
Is he
when
a full-time writer there, or did they just expect
He
him to-
was.
But is he now?
No, he gets to do what he wants because he's that good. And I'm not
Right, but
saying
is
that Artie gets to do what he wants. What I'm saying is that is the criteria for Howard keeping him. In the same way that the criteria for you keeping Benji are that he's providing something that you guys need.
No, but-
and whether or
but
not he
Greg-
does it late or early, it doesn't matter.
And honestly, listen, I don't get to do whatever I want because I'm not late all the time. I'm not absent all the time. We're focusing on stuff that's the minority of the time.
Yeah, but you're contradicting yourself, Artie. You do get to do what you want. You just said it. If Howard told you to stop doing this, you would stop. So you do get to do what you want.
No. You think if I came in late every single day of the week, or if I was really out 2 days a week, Howard wouldn't eventually get rid of me? I mean, I don't get to do what I want. I don't want to be here every day at 6, but I get my ass here 98% of the time every day at 6. That's disrespecting the show. And when I get here, I'm always ready, and I'm funny, and I'm honest, and I tell stories that are embarrassing, but I think they're funny. I do what I got to do. I do my job. You know, I used to go to the Tuesday meeting all the time. I don't do it anymore. Howard doesn't give a because it doesn't affect what I do on the air. I mean, that's just how it is, man. I'm sorry if you feel like, I'm getting special privileges.
Nobody is knocking your ability on the air.
Exactly.
I don't think that's what's the question here. I think Howard shows up for the beginning of the show and he leaves at the end of the show. He's the guy we all follow. Everybody else here does that. You, on occasion, haven't done that. And when Benji walks in 3 minutes late,
and Benji's not late all the time.
No, he's
either.
not. No, he's not.
And again, me and Benji are here over 90% of the time, on time, and we don't take days off 90% of the time.
And we don't do heroin.
That's just how it is. You're making it sound when you have these conversations. You're making it sound like I'm out half the year. That's not the case, man.
I didn't say you were out half the year.
Yeah, but that's what it sounds like to someone who's listening. It sounds like, okay, we don't care if Artie's out all the time or if he's late all the time. That's what you say.
Well,
Sometimes you don't hear what you say.
Well,
because I'm a dumbass.
Well, the other thing that you're up against.
You didn't. No, you're not a
I'm
dumbass
a big
guy.
old
You didn't
dumbass.
answer that question honestly. You didn't. You would fire the guy who writes the jokes. You know you would. You didn't want to answer it because you don't want to agree with me on it. You would keep the up who writes good because you got to go out there and say it. That's what makes the world go round. People, Babe Ruth, 4s all night. He hit 3 home runs when he was hungover. That's why they didn't fire him on the Yankees. Matt Kelly did that a couple of times.
All right, look, you're not Babe Ruth, so shut up.
I know, but I'm saying, but I'm using an analogy of like whatever. To hear, for some reason, Howard thinks I'm good enough not to fire,
but
based on what I'm doing.
But I think what we're coming from is, Gary, there's two levels that you are not happy with Artie's lying, Artie's work ethic, or whatever. One is personal, as a friend, and part of that is concern that as much as you guys are angry, I know you love Artie and you care about him, and that you're concerned
I don't know
about.
the funny thing is, I'm not even sure that Artie knows that anymore.
No, he doesn't. Artie is not in a great place.
By the way, this is the first time you've ever said to me, and again, it's on the air, that you would truly think I've been disrespecting the show for the last 8 months. You never pulled me aside and said that. You said it now. I mean, you never pulled me aside and said that, Gar.
I don't know that it's my place. It's a feeling I have.
You're the producer of the show. Why would it be your place?
But you're right. At the end of the day, it's Howard's decision. So if I feel that way and he doesn't, then it's not my place to say it.
The point is just completely moot here, then, because
it is.
If you pull me aside and said, "Oh, listen, I think you're disrespecting the show," that's what a friend does. You're saying it on the air now.
Would you change, or would you say, "Hey, Howard doesn't give a shit"?
I'll tell you what.
Howard doesn't care.
I'll tell you what. I would try to get it together. I really would, out of respect for you. But if push came to shove and I woke up hungover one day or whatever, because it's not Howard saying it, I might go to the phone and say I'm not in, But if, and look, I'm enough of up to where I have lost jobs. I've made those decisions before. I'm very self-destructive. It's horrible. I wish I wasn't like that, but I am.
I think you guys are so different in your lives that, Gary, you take it personally that he's not doing this to be hostile. He's miserable. I mean, I've known Artie a long time. I could say, we talked about it backstage. I said it on the air. I'm going through a bad time. I'm not happy. I look at Artie. He does not. You haven't seen happy to me in a long time.
I haven't been happy in 20 years.
So he's not getting off on coming in late and being I think
I'm not
the part of you that's
party.
concerned about
work,
Artie, and we all are, is reacting to it. Quite honestly, almost like on intervention, when you see a family member, somebody who cares about someone with a disease, and they can't control it. But there's that guy. But then there's you as the boss on the job.
But at the end of the day, here's the thing that's really funny. I am not Artie's boss in any way, shape, or form. And Artie's called me that for years because at the end of the day, I can't fire Artie. I can't tell Artie what to do. I can't tell him where to be. It all comes from Howard. So I'm really not Artie's boss. I'm just a guy who produces the show, who can direct Artie. Hey, Artie, we're all going out to Vegas. Be there by this day.
And look,
I don't tell him what to do ever.
Here's the other thing.
Have I ever come to you and told you what to do?
Never, Gary. No,
because I don't have that power.
But in the beginning, you were the guy. The first guy, and I yearn for these times again because stuff has gotten so crazy in my life, professional and personal. But, the first couple of years I was on this show, when I first started doing the show, you were the guy who I talked to. You were the guy who called me and told me when I was going to be on. You were the guy I grew up listening to. I do have respect for you as a producer of the show. As years went by, you get familiar with something, and
it breeds contempt.
It breeds contempt, but I think contempt's a bad word here. I just think it breeds, for me, complacency, and I see how it operates now. Instead, I'm not just the fan or the comic who sits in every once in a while. I see how the place really operates, and I see, it really is all Howard's call. And look, there's been times in the past Howard sat me down and said, he did research. He found the shrink. He went out of his way to find the shrink for me, and that was 5 years ago. I still haven't called the shrink. So in a way, I'm not doing what Howard tells me to do either. Because
he didn't tell you what to do. He suggested. That's a big difference.
Okay, but still, when a guy like Howard, who you respect, suggests that, you might at least give the guy a call. I've never done that, and that's a little. He said he's been disrespected by that, but Greg brings up a point, and Will said this on the air too. He was mad at me, but you know what? He's 100% right. The bottom line is, I'm miserable. I don't like being this miserable. I hate it. I'm not a happy guy. And there's people in my life that catch those effects from me not being happy personally. Women I've been involved with, especially, recently, and in my work life. I'm miserable. I don't like that that's true, but it's true.
What would make you happy, Artie?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know. If I knew, I'd do it.
I mean, you're a huge success comedically. I assume you're doing very well financially.
In one area of my life, I'm successful. I've lived out a lot of dreams in show business, and I have a lot of money. I do. Good money for me. But that's one piece of life's puzzle. All of the rest are a complete mess. It's a mess. It's it's just a... it's just a mess, man. What can I tell you? Health, drug addiction, depression, loneliness, everything, maybe overstress, overwork. It's just how it is,
Greg, the other thing at the core of this with Gary that I think you're missing is that Gary really, really cares about Artie on a personal level.
I just said he loves him. Through all this anger, it's because he loves him.
And
when you know what? If you didn't like somebody as much as I like Artie, you couldn't piss me off the way you can.
Exactly.
Well,
you couldn't.
why? And I feel the
I'm
same
sorry,
way
what
about
did I-
you,
what did I
pissing me
miss?
off. Like, if someone said, like, the point I was trying to make before, if Ralph had said that on the air, I mean, that's Ralph being Ralph, I don't care. But yesterday, that ate away at my stomach when I heard that. Fat joke, then?
No, I mean, look, I've been sober for 20 years, minus a year and a half.
Bullshit,
when I turned
that's a
40.
lie.
When I turned 40. And I look at Artie, and I can relate to, that he's running away and he's hiding, whether it's drugs or whether it's food or whatever, and there's nothing left. You're worn out. And,
that's for sure. I'm burnt out.
You're burnt out. And you're showing up to a show every day, and you're working most weekends. And to truly recover and get sober, you need time to go do that. And until you do, you're not going to feel anything good.
Listen, man, you know how up it became? It has all become sup. When I was 24 years old, driving a cab and parking it outside the comic strip to run in and ask a guy to watch it to do a 20-minute set, do you know how much I would want of killed to do a roast on Comedy Central? You know what I mean?
Right.
And last year I blew it off. I blew off a roast. I was on a phone with a guy telling me he'd send me a private jet to go roast a guy who's a friend of mine. What happened, man? What happened to the guy who was 24 who wanted that so bad? I don't know what happened. It's so depressing to me.
Well, I know what happened.
And when I think about that, I get insanely depressed.
I think you got it. You got what you wanted. Are you beyond where you thought you'd be when you were the 24-year-old kid?
Look, everybody. I think Greg will attest to this. I mean, everybody. I think I wanted to be Jim Carrey by now.
Okay, but
of course. But look. If it ended tomorrow, I could put a spin on my career where, you know what, I made some noise and I'm very proud of it. I wouldn't be disappointed, but of course I thought I'd be like everybody else. I thought I'd be Adam Sandler or Jack Black or Jim Carrey or something. I thought I'd be a movie star.
Hey, Art, beyond yesterday, what Gary said, what Will said, has something else been going on the last couple of days? Because you do seem like, has it been like some sort of hell?
There is something that happened in my personal life, yeah, that was a really bad thing to hear. It's
you want to exploit it?
Right, of course. Exactly. Do I want? You know what? No. Part of me does want to say it out loud, but it's something it's really, even for me, a no-no.
Can I just ask this one question? Personal or professional?
Personal.
Okay.
Personal. So because it would affect a couple other people. But
Chlamydia?
Really, and everything. No. But here's what I should have realized years ago is. Every story I tell affects other people in my life. So, that hasn't been great that I've been so forthright, but, what are you going to do? The past is the past.
Well, I feel like, again, talking about addiction, you're stuck because the once you become addicted to something, your self-esteem goes away and your ability to step back and say there's someone beneath the money and the gigs and the success that underneath there, this sounds corny, but underneath there, you used to know that there was somebody that was worth fighting for. And right now, you feel empty, and so the only thing that's keeping you going is this stuff that's actually working against you.
It's funny. You talk about, what we used to be and stuff. I bring this up to Greg all the time. The first time I ever met Greg, I was probably like 27 or 28, and we both did a weekend at the old Catch a Rising Star, the one that was on West 28th Street off 8th Avenue.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this because my family was there, and the lineup was Greg, myself, Jim Gaffigan, and
Ray Romano.
And Ray Romano, right. So I had done a year on Mad TV, and Ray Romano was saying to me, what's it like being on a TV show? Do you like it? I said, well, no, I hate L.A. because he had just shot his pilot. The pilot got picked up. And I said, do you like it? He goes, I remember him saying this. We all made about $500 that weekend, right? Yeah. And Romano needed the $500 bucks, and by this time he was already 40. and had been on the stand-up circuit for a while. And I remember I was like 28, and I said to him, "Do you still like this after all these years? Like, are you psyched?" He goes, "Well, I'm psyched that I'm getting something that might get me off the road." And I said, "What do you think of this show?" And he goes, "I hate the name." He goes, "The name I want to throw up over, but they love it." And I said, "Who else is on the show?" And he said, "Peter Boyle." And I can remember the one, because I had such a bad experience in L.A. I was trying to say something to cheer him up. And I said, "Peter Boyle, man, that's the best. I love Peter Boyle." He goes, "Yeah, he's funny. He's funny." He goes, "But I think I suck on it." And he thought he sucked on it. He thought the show sucked. He thought everything sucked.
But isn't that the nature of most comedians?
Yes, that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, now he's a billionaire, and I think if you and I think if you talk to him now, he still thinks a lot of things suck. But at least he's got kids, he's got a wife, he could look at. I don't know. It's in our nature, maybe. I remember Greg felt the same way. Jim Gaffigan thought everything sucked. We were back there miserable. We were talking about Dave Attell today. Dave Attell's a miserable
guy,
person.
but a great guy. I would tell the story. When Jackie worked on the show, I could tell you every excuse for the day of the year why Jackie would tell me why that weekend show was going to suck. Okay,
yeah, right.
Memorial Day, everybody's going to picnics, nobody's going out. I'm fighting Thanksgiving traffic. Kids are back at school.
March Madness.
Every weekend. I'm in Syracuse and there's a big game. And Jackie would come back every weekend and be sold out, but he would tell me in advance every weekend why nobody was coming to the show.
Yeah.
Well, because your self-esteem is overinvested in what you do for a living, and it's like literally the definition of a persona is a mask. It's a person you present to the public because inside you hate that guy. And comedians become that as they get successful, they start internalizing this. When we talked about you lying on the show, well, are you projecting a character that's funny, or is this really you? And then when as a friend, Gary, you're seeing this projection, and then you're feeling somehow betrayed by him not really being that guy. But which is legitimate. I mean, if you care about somebody and they're telling you things that are ultimately, beneath your anger is your fear that Artie is something really bad will happen to him.
Of course.
More than the show.
Yeah, but, and another thing, think about how up you'd be psychologically, because this is most comedians. Most comedians like to pretend they hate everybody. They don't like anything. But inside, you crave people's acceptance more than anything. But why else would you get up there and do what you do? But on the outside, you're portraying and putting off like, I hate this, but you could look at a guy in an audience and say, I hate that, but you want him to laugh at you so much, and that creates such a conflict in your head. You don't know what the f you like anymore. And that and the stress of traveling and everything, I mean, you become a miserable bastard. And I always said I remember talking to Romano and saying, God, I hope I'm not that negative when I'm 40. Well, now I'm 41, and I've had some success, and I would beat him in any negativity contest.
Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, now?
Hi, Ralph.
A lot of love in the room. I just want to add to that. I lost my train of thought because now I'm just dying to hear what the thing Artie did a couple days ago that...
It's not something I did, Ralph. It was something it's news I got about something.
And
he's not going to deal with it.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
But it sounded like he almost was going to talk about it. No?
I was.
Come on, Artie.
Honestly, no, I was never even close to talking
about it. I won't.
You know what, Ralph? I'll call you tonight, and you could tell Howard. I think you guys are. Every time Howard has a new shirt on, I think he knows something else about me because he saw Ralph today.
Tuesday morning's usually a good time to. No, I tipped them off to something. No, and getting back to that thing, I explained that on the air with you and Gary in Iraq that I was goofing around with Howard, and he went and said something on the air, and that was not true. What you know what I mean?
But you got in his head, Ralph. You did, and it affected our friendship. It did.
And I explained that on the wrap-up show to Gary, and I thought he sort of understood what I was saying, and you accepted that, Gary. That you understood that.
I may have understood it, but I can't get it out of my head, and
okay,
I'm not sure, and I'm not even sure that I blame you for that.
I'm sorry about that, and but Artie, is it really so hard for you to fathom why people don't take you at your word when, why do people have to sit and sort out with what's true and what's not with you? What might be drug related, what might not, what you might be saying to protect somebody, it's not. And my point was when you were telling that story on the air, and I think what everybody said and made the point, and Will made this point too, and he's right, maybe Artie's just making up a story for the air because it sounds good.
All right. Well,
and who cares?
Then if that's really how you feel, then how could you judge my life on any level? level by
But
stuff
who's
I say
judging
on the
your
air.
life?
If it's all just for comedy, then then you really would have to put that aside, which is hard to do. Put that aside as if it's a scripted sitcom or something, and then just base how you feel about me by everything I say to you off the air. That would be fantastic. But that doesn't happen on this show. It doesn't.
Right. You don't say that you don't think there's a lot of gray area and confusion with what's real and what's not, just in general on the show?
Yes, there is, which is why. How could you? Again, I think there's a lot of gray with what goes on the show. So how could you make an opinion? How could you make a personal opinion based on anything?
I think the consensus is people aren't sure based on a lot of other things, like when you're speaking the truth and when you're not. And like even Greg says, there's, you're taking artistic license with a story maybe. Your job is to tell stories and to be interesting and funny on the air. And,
right.
If you didn't have that cup of pee in your closet, if you did or whatever, I just said it doesn't matter because it's at the end of the day, it's a funny story.
Right.
Well, I think that, this is the longest running reality show in history.
Well,
and the
supposed
cameras
reality
are never
show,
off.
that's the point.
No, but I watched American Idol last night, which I haven't seen in years, and these chicks are fighting and screaming and crying, and I thought, people don't act like that. This show raises the stakes. I think you've talked about it. There's times where you might be experiencing something, you might actually push the envelope just to see if it becomes a story on the radio. I mean, It spills over both directions.
And Howard, and I'm not judging him on any level for this because he's a showman before anything, but I mean, Howard encourages that behavior from all of us. I mean, so, when John used to come in and rat on people, Howard loved it. He's not going to get mad at John the way the guy was who he ratted on is. So, look, I mean, it's a great I think it's like a great human experiment here. And
yeah, I mean, Howard completely encourages all that. I mean, Sal running into the mall and making an announcement.
The best example of that was after you guys had this fight this morning. You saw that smile on Howard's face.
Of course, and he loved it. And he says he loves it. But on any other listen, Howard. The brilliance of what Howard did here is he's created a show where even rejected bits that he hates could become funny within the context of the show. Like if Sal pitched something comparable to the Nick Gers thing at a meeting at the Tonight Show or at Saturday Night Live or wherever, they go, no, we're not doing this. And it would never see the light of day. Howard's created a situation where it can see the light of day by Howard goofing on it and all of us goofing on it. So Sal then goes in his head, look, I should do something like that again because it was just an hour of funny. And that's how he thinks. And when he has to make that judgment again, he's going to go for it because Howard, it's rare that Howard rejects something. Because Howard's going, look, this is all interesting. It might be interesting for the audience to hear why I rejected this. So I'll play it and get their opinion. And that's a rare thing. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, and you're completely right about there's a lot of misdirected anger that goes on around that show. And if you're Gary, if you're mad at Artie for disrespecting the show, that's on Howard, not on Artie.
That's my point.
Howard lets him do whatever Artie's going to do. What Artie's going to do. Look, Artie can attack people and get away with it.
And we all, thank you. Yeah. And we're all hypocrites on this level. Where if and I put myself in this category. If we're mad at somebody for something that Howard clearly does himself, we won't yell at Howard about it. We'll yell at the other person about it because that's it. I mean, that's just how it is. That was the point I was trying to make with me spilling the IC that, there's times where you've been mad that you're picking up Howard's toothpicks, and you could have easily said that to him, but you're not, because, we all do the same thing. And that misdirected anger, I think, creates a lot of frustration. And then when there's someone you feel it's all right to yell at that isn't Howard, you just go crazy, because we get nuts. I don't know.
I mean, it's almost like the banking crisis now where these CEOs are still taking $100 million bonuses. Meanwhile, they drove the company to the ground. And it's a little, not that you're driving this company to the ground. I mean, it's actually good entertainment.
Somebody is.
Let me set my stock price.
It ain't me.
By Gary's definition and by anybody's definition, you're not, certainly there's not many jobs where you can admit to having drug use and whatever and keep your job.
Right. Let me give you an example of what I just said, that we're all hypocrites. And this was me yesterday. And I might get shit from Howard about this, but I'm just going to say it because it's a great example of what I was just saying, and I'm at fault with it. when he was saying, who do we have in? And he said, oh, David Brenner.
Yes.
And Brenner's going, for years, David Brenner lied about his age. And we're all going, we all knew you were lying about your age. Gary's caps. Gary said, who told you I wear caps? Gary, everyone knows you wear caps. I felt like saying before Brenner came in, like, look, who didn't know Howard got a nose job? I mean, that's the most obvious nose job in the history. Did you ever look at his schnoz on some of those Channel 9 shows? There's a hook in the
John Hine masturbates.
I mean, listen, as a fan, okay, as a fan, when I came in here and met Howard, I'm like, my God, that's a nose job. I mean,
wonderful nose job.
I can remember being at Dag Hammarskjöld Plaza. I was 2 feet from the guy. His nose was extraordinary. You could have caught fish with the thing. And and look, he's a guy who, like all of us, has some vanity. He got some money, and it's a great nose job. His nose, he looks like a shiksa, for Christ's sake. But I felt like saying that, and I think that would have been funny to say, but I didn't have the balls to say it. I thought he'd get mad at me, and I didn't say it there, but I said it here, and we'll play it Monday.
And Garrett, based on what Artie just said, when you guys think Artie lies about the drugs, and then you extrapolate it to Artie lies about everything, when Howard kept that quiet,
No, that's not what we said, or Gary
this
said.
This is what happens, Benji. That's not what anybody said.
Yeah.
Nobody said Artie lies about everything. They said we're not sure what to believe, which is a huge difference.
You said You said yesterday Artie has no credibility.
No, but no. What
I
happened
said he has
was
low
what happened was.
credibility.
This is a situation where Gary might have not realized. We just replayed it, and Gary said that exact thing.
I did, and it's not what I meant. What I meant was I didn't mean that Artie lies about everything.
And that's what I got
meant.
mad at.
But what I do mean is that everything that Artie says could be questioned.
Right.
But
Which is
what I
different
just
than
said, when
you're
Artie
lying
was
about
brought
it.
up about the nose thing, Howard lied about that for years. Does that make you question everything he said?
I know. You know what? That's an excellent point. Howard told us all. I've never had plastic surgery.
This goes back to your example.
And Robin was the best, because when the revelations came out, she was like, "Your revelation is not that you had a nose," because she knew. Of course, she knew.
It's not just one lie. If Howard lied about the nose job and that was the end of it, that's one thing. If you then
You don't
ask
think he lies
Howard,
about anything else?
Howard, did you get your face pulled back? And he said no repeatedly for 3 months, and then he comes out, you know what? I did
He
get my
said
face
no
pulled back.
repeatedly for 7 years.
About what?
His plastic surgery.
What nose job? That's what we're talking about. I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about
every time it came up,
got the
anything in
shaved
that
and everything.
area.
Yeah,
I will
for
never
7
get
years.
married.
For 7
I
years.
will never get
Well, that
married.
wasn't a lie. That
wasn't a lie.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't throw
that's
that
life.
on.
But for 7 years, he told a direct lie. Why? Because it would have affected him in a negative way. You know how many phone callers in the 4 years I was at regular radio called and said, "You've had plastic surgery," and he went, "No." That's a lie. That's a lie that's helping yourself.
Artie, when he got that, my mom saw on my TV. My mom calls me, goes, "Howard got a nose job." That like a week later, I go, "No, I don't know what you're talking about."
And I'm glad he did. He looks. You know what? He looks good. Howard has a look now that he developed. But quite frankly, of course, I need work. I need a few chins taken off.
All right, well, now, if there's a consensus then that there is artistic license on this show, and that everybody
Howard
lies to
lying
some
about his
degree.
nose job is not
All right,
artistic license.
But I mean, look, Lucy.
That's a lie.
Lucy pretends to have a mustache so she can be in the show. It's comedy. People lie. It becomes funny.
Lucy didn't have a real mustache.
No. The thing is, she wanted to. No,
Lucille
the point is, then,
Who's Lucy?
Gary, you have to look at
Lucille
look at your anger then and say, okay, what are the options for this anger then? It's not that, it's not that Artie is up the show in your eyes. It's not that he's not working as hard as you, which leaves the options of you care about him a lot and you're so worried that you're actually getting angry because you can't control it, or you feel like it's bad for the radio show.
No, it's not bad for the radio.
Right,
So then it's
that's
that you
where
care
you're
about.
Not bad for the
you're
radio.
conflicted about it. You're like, do I let this guy who I really think is falling apart keep doing this because it's good for the show, or do I personally go and say, look, you got to go to rehab, which may not be as entertaining, but personally helps him. So that's got to be something you battle in your head all the time.
I'll tell you right up front, and Howard will back me up on this. A year ago, if I were the one making the decision, I would have made you go to rehab. Right. And Howard has even said, when Howard says that I've had those conversations with him, they're not like Artie. They're like, I'm worried about Artie.
I never thought they were like Buck Artie.
No, but
I know that, man.
But
I know.
I've had probably a half a dozen times in the last year. I go, dude, I am really worried about Artie. I think he's in a bad place, and maybe we should do something. Howard's like, do what? He comes to work when he's supposed to come to work. Why is it my place to tell him what to do?
And you've never been angry at Artie that he's missed work. I mean, you've been concerned about it, and we speculated on the show, but there's no anger like, oh, he's at work, we're at work, and he's not. No,
I know what you're saying, but I know. But what he said
Right.
before,
It's not even-
he said that you feel I disrespected the show. That to me indicates a little hostility. And look, you should have it. I'm not saying you're wrong for that.
Ralph, hold on. Mark in North Carolina, you're on the wrap-up show. Mark, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good morning.
Hey, first off, everyone loves Artie. I love you, Artie. Big thing for me, two things I noticed from a fan's perspective. Number one, when Artie gets really mad with anybody, with Teddy, and today with Gary, he brought up the money situation. And when Artie really gets that boiling point before he throws something, it tends to be about money. And I think obviously when Artie first got on board, he didn't think he should make as much as Gary. But after all these years and all his success, there still seems to be something he pokes fun at with Gary. I don't think it's a situation where he's going after Achilles' heel like with the whole Afghanistan trip. I think there's some truth to that. And secondly, for Gary, my only thing with Artie missing time, I believe it's with Howard as well. It's on Howard, but why don't we have someone to fill in whenever he's out? And I'll listen to that. Thank you.
All right, thanks for your call, then.
Well,
Mark.
I'll answer the back end of it. I think that when Artie's out, I don't think Howard feels a need to fill the spot. I think it's just like when Artie's here, he's here, and when he's not, he's not. And it's also not like I have a guy who lives around the corner that I'll call when Artie says he's not coming in.
The show was #1 and the greatest show ever when I grew up, and no one talked but Howard and Robin 90% of the time. The show would be fine, but it's not my decision. You could have any, people could sit in there. And does that worry me? Yeah, it might worry me a little bit, but I don't think. You see, you got to realize if Howard's having some stranger in there, and I get what he's talking about, he's got to. He's going to feel the necessity to interview that person, to pay attention to them, to learn about them, and he doesn't want to do that. That takes away from the show. It's annoying, I would assume.
And Artie, do you always go to the money before throwing something? Was that caller right in speculating on that?
The one time that I've thrown something, or the two times, did I go to money right before I threw something at Sal? No. Well, he's 50-50.
But that was a weird shot you took at me this morning.
Yeah. Well, look,
because then I don't. Here's the funny thing, Artie. I swear on the life of my children, I don't know how much money you make. I don't know that.
But I know how much you make because of a mistake here.
But I don't know that you know that. I know you think you know
Let's
it.
write down how much we make.
Yeah.
It's a mistake how much Gary makes?
I make $50,000 less than you a year. So now you know.
But I don't know that. I know that you just said that.
I did the math because I know what you make.
And this isn't drug related, so you
I make
can believe
$50,000 less a year.
I genuinely don't know the answer.
Although I was on drugs looking at your chest. All right, I got to get out of here. I got to go see the bookie.
Well, I mean, the money thing always comes up. Like, I've been to therapy.
But it's not an
a few
issue for
times.
me, but apparently
I'm saying
if
for
I make
Artie,
more than Artie, then it shouldn't be.
If his identity is, like I said, so much in your career, that money represents everything you've given up. Happiness, personal life, relationships. So when it gets with, it's a lightning rod.
Listen, I've said this before. If I could make the money I make on the road, I might be about money here. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, I choose to do the road a lot and take that schedule because honestly, out of respect for Howard, I don't want to be that guy.
Could you make the money on the road that you make if you weren't here?
No, absolutely not.
Or could you have gotten the book deal if you weren't here?
No way.
You could get the book deal.
Look, that's not what I just said. That's not what I just said.
But I'm saying that you make money here, but also
no way,
because
nothing.
You're here.
Listen. I think it's even worse than that. I'd be driving a cab if it wasn't for the show again.
No, you wouldn't be driving a cab.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that the fact of the matter is, I do have to fly to St. Louis one weekend, and I do that because I'd like to do it.
Define have to. Do you have to?
Gary, okay, would you do what I do if it meant quadrupling your paycheck? Quadrupling your paycheck.
I would, but if I got to the point
where that's what I mean.
If I got to the point where it was making me miserable, which it clearly does make you miserable.
I'd be miserable without it.
I might rethink it.
I might as well be miserable. I might as well be miserable in Phoenix.
I'll give you a perfect example. I could.
Look at that nose job.
Oh, no. He's got to get in. Howard's outside the window right now looking at us. You know what it's like? It's like a kid with an ant farm and just watching his ants fighting.
All right. Artie, can I just say one thing?
He wasn't listening to this, was he?
No.
I'm going to deal with that Monday.
I'll be fired Monday. If I wanted to, I could continue to do personal appearances and probably make more than I did when I was at K-Rock.
Yeah, but quadruple your... No. I'm talking about,
serious money.
I mean, God, we're talking life-changing money. That's why I feel I have to.
Right, but the flip side of it is what's also changing your life is how much it bothers you.
All right, but what if I know I'd be miserable anyway sitting at home?
Then you should just go and do the
Well, that's the thing. That's the problem. I'm miserable. I can't. Sirius owes me some money here. That's what I'm saying.
Do you feel any better after that conversation, Gary?
I feel physically exhausted, and I felt that way after this morning. It's physically exhausting, even though it's only words. I don't know. I mean, Artie and I came to sort of, I guess, an uneasy truce. But if Artie wasn't here, I would have come in and I would have said, you know, is Artie to me? Well, of course not. I'm going to deal with Artie all the time. But I don't know that we fully made up. Howard said we made up this morning. What I hope will happen is we'll just, try to start over again.
You
know what I
looked
mean?
like you were seriously. I know you looked like you were about to cry. Like
No,
during
I
this-
wasn't about to
you
cry.
did-
No.
Well,
yeah, right.
Well, what's left unresolved to you? In what way can you make this right?
I think that what we finally came to here is that we both agree to disagree. He says not telling the truth because he's protecting himself. I should understand all the levels of it. I'm saying I shouldn't. We sort of come to that agreement now, and I now will look at things in a different way when we talk.
And you won't be calling him a liar on the wrap-up show again, probably.
Not unless he's here.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I want to get a couple calls in real quick. Tim in Pennsylvania, real quick. You're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, hey guys. It seems to me, just listening to all this back and forth between Gary and Artie over the past months and whatever, that Gary just seems so jealous of the leniency that Artie gets because Gary's just been under Howard's boot for so long and he never got cut a break.
That's not true. I'm not jealous of the leniency. There's just the rules have always been the same for everyone here, more or less, until Artie. When it comes to the whole be at work, be on time thing.
Leonard in Texas, you're on the wrap-up show.
Well, good morning, guys.
Hey, Leonard.
And I got an answer to Artie's riddle. So, Gary, the answer you should have given him when he was saying, who do you fire, the one that's a bad writer or the one that has bad attendance? The answer is you fire both based on performance issues, and you hire somebody that is a good writer and dependable. It's hard to do that with a word manipulator like Artie. That's an addict's trait. But that's the answer. You fire them both. And you
Yeah,
hire
it's not
somebody that's more
it's not always that easy, and sometimes you do put up with bad behavior for a period of time if it's getting you what you need.
John in L.A., you've got the last call on the wrap-up show.
Yeah. I just want to say it was pretty. Gary was warning Howard that Artie would turn on him. I don't, it just wasn't right for him to, say that. I think, Gary, you're just a big lip, giant tooth, smelly ape man. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Movie collection.
How to
Yeah.
pronounce his name.
I'm a big fan of that guy. So I said, hey, that's a nice man bag.
Was it a briefcase, or a man bag?
It has a shoulder strap.
Okay.
He probably has it with him. It has a shoulder strap, but it's not a purse. It's like a briefcase, like I carry.
With
but
a shoulder strap.
with a shoulder strap,
Okay.
like a messenger bag, leather messenger bag.
But the messenger bag has a flap.
Yeah.
His-
I think he's got a flap. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I said, let me see what's in that thing. I open it up. It's like 50 scripts. I go, wow, this is a good bag. With the scripts.
Yeah, did the scripts come with the bag?
Like he's not only is he good looking, he's got the scripts. I mean, if he wasn't married, you know how much pussy he'd be getting?
He had to stop. Pussy was going to kill him. That's probably why he just got married.
It's good he's married. He grounded him.
He would have just never worked. He would have just been having pussy all the time.
Huge amounts of pussy. Like,
It would have killed him. He would have overdosed on it.
The amount of pussy, just with that. If I carried that bag, the amount of pussy I could get.
They took him to the hospital. What's wrong with him? He OD'd on pussy.
They should pussy. They should sell that bag to guys who look like me. With
the scripts.
Yeah. Oh, let me open my bag. Oh man.
Vagina pussy.
This Ashton Kutcher's bag, man bag, is like the Green Lantern's ring. You open it up and magical things happen.
No. I think it's
Yeah.
that face, Howard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
You can't get that from a bag.
he's a good-looking guy.
Ashton, good morning.
How are you?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I put my radio voice on for you this morning.
So, what brings you back to the show, man? Got a new movie coming out?
I got a new movie coming out. I do have a new movie coming out. I'm actually just coming back to the show because, I don't know, Howard invited me to go to a party, and we had fun, hung out, and, I don't know, I thought he was actually saying nice things about my last movie. And so I thought it'd be nice to come and do the show and hang out.
Yeah, he was talking about that this morning, how he was hanging out with you. You guys jammed a little bit.
Well, he jammed. I didn't jam. I don't know how to jam. But he was jamming.
So excited to be back? It's been a long time, right?
It's been like 7 years, man.
Nice, dude.
I think 7 years is probably about right. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, I think 2003 you came on.
Yeah, okay. So you know. You got all the math done, huh?
Yeah, I read up on you.
All right.
All right, man. We'll see you in there.
All right, buddy.
So here's Ashton Kutcher. He's in the movie Killers, where his wife. There he is. He's
With his wife?
Might be. Yeah, well, the plot of the movie is wife. Hey, Ashton. Look at you. You made it.
I made it.
I didn't think you'd make it, man, after the big band rehearsal.
I'll tell you, well, the band was big. The band was big.
Well,
you were actually good. You knew how to play.
Not really. Let me tell you something.
Well, obviously you're punk.
Yeah.
No, listen, I was the one getting. I'm the one who did. I had no idea. Demi was trying to force me into it.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to talk about the moonshine and everything else.
The moonshine?
Moonshine.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened to my voice.
Yeah, well, no. What happened to your voice is...
Is he the lead singer?
No, he didn't even sing. You sang a little, but this weekend in L.A. was so really surreal. But the reason he's not feeling well, you're not feeling well.
I'm losing my voice.
The reason he's losing his voice is he went to Jimmy's party.
Yeah.
And we partied pretty heavily. Then him and his wife go out to play pool somewhere. Where? At Soho House? The Soho House.
Yeah.
It had to be. What time did you get to sleep?
Like 2:40.
2:40, and then you had to get on a plane and fly to New York. I mean, why am I the only one neurotic about sleep and that you have to get your rest?
I don't know, Howard.
You know what I mean?
We slept for like 5 hours.
Yeah. Well, to me, that's nothing. I have to have rest, and people are running around and going crazy. I was just saying, that briefcase of yours.
The Barbados one.
That is a pussy fucking magnet because it's loaded with scripts.
I learned it from you. I learned it from watching you.
When you opened up your bag, there was about 10 movie scripts in there.
No, there was 2.
2?
Yeah, they were like in a binder. It's a rewrite. It's actually one script. So it's one script and a rewrite of that script.
Isn't that a pussy magnet? I mean, when you've got a briefcase full of movie scripts in Hollywood and you look the way you do. I saw pictures of the evening of Jimmy's party. I'm standing next to you and David Arquette, and I'm standing next to John Stamos, and I look like a fucking goddamn monster next to you pricks.
Stamos is handsome. I mean, that son of a bitch. Like, he's been good looking for fucking 50 years.
Yeah, but I mean, can you imagine, like, Ashton Kutcher and Ryan Phillippe and all these fucking good-looking guys, and then you see me, and I'm like, and, you know, my wife's looking at pictures of me from the evening, and I'm like, I look like a goddamn monster with these guys. I mean, really, it's horrible.
But you had a whole look going on. You were like, you had like the whole black.
Now, see, that's
the
not
hair
fair.
and the.
That's
He was
not fair.
when
To
you got
say
hair
you had
like
a
that.
look.
When you got hair going like that,
I
you
was
got
like
the guitar.
I was like Slash.
You were fully like with your short band for for the strap for the guitar. So it was like
it looked so bad.
You were playing it with your chin.
It looked like a ukulele.
It was an average size strap, but on him it looked like it was too small.
But don't you agree? We should go over the guest list of who was at Jimmy's party, because that was
a sassy party.
That was I'm sure like that's no big deal to you. You probably go to A-list parties, being married to Demi, and you got your own fame.
Here's the thing about that party: there were no assholes there. Like usually you go to these parties and there's there's sort of that like upper crusty and they spend their time all together and they don't talk to anybody.
Right.
It was like a non-asshole party. I mean, I was probably the biggest asshole there, and that's
Next
a
to
good
me.
thing. Like
yeah. But you say, but I know what you mean about this. Jimmy put together a party in my honor of coming to L.A., and it was really some party. I felt like I was part of Hollywood in a way, you know? I was kind of feeling full of myself. Like, let's review who was there. And then we got to talk about this band room. Jimmy set up a band room where you could have any instrument you want, you play. And so I was playing guitar. John Stamos came in. He plays drums. I mean, he's a really good drummer.
He's a great drummer.
Because he plays drums for the Beach Boys, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, obviously he must be able to play drums.
But it was a weird vibe. Like, I get up and I'm first playing, and Ashton wasn't playing yet. And the original band was me, John, and Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, a weird thing was happening. John was getting upset with the band.
John Stamos?
Yeah, like David Arquette was playing trumpet, and which didn't fit in, but it did. It was
But it was
weird.
also a couple of the guys from Kimmel's band, too.
There were a couple of guys from Kimmel's
like
band.
professional musicians, but Stamos was getting pissed because he was the best guy there.
Yeah,
he was angry that he was the best musician there.
Yeah,
What
Stamos
did he think was going to happen?
But there was a weird thing happening. So John Stamos starts going, you know, man, this is bullshit. We can't agree on a song to play. I go, okay, let's play Louie Louie.
Already the band is fighting.
So I'm
That's
playing-
the first thing you do.
So I start playing Louie Louie.
Ugh.
But that's the only fucking thing I know.
It's 2 chords.
Yeah, C, F, and G.
It's hard to go wrong
So I'm
with
playing Louie Louie, right? And we were doing our thing, and Stamos he's getting mad that everyone's such a fucking bad musician.
Yeah.
And he's bad mouthing Mark McGrath. And Mark
really?
Yeah, Mark McGrath.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a spat. It looked like they were going to fight.
They were going to fight because.
What was Mark doing?
Because John goes, what's with this guy? He's a fucking singer and he doesn't know any songs. And I go, does it really matter?
I'm the only real musician here.
If he's going to drum, you better know what you're doing.
I said we're all high as a kite. You got to hear this. Johnny Knoxville was there. Johnny shows up with his wife. Is that his wife or his girlfriend? I don't know.
Johnny Knoxville looks like he's 80 years old right now.
Right.
He's beaten his body so much. He walks around. He's like an old man. He's like,
So it's catching up with him?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We'll just have it right down here. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he's real
We'll be
polite.
okay. And he's real super polite. Like,
everybody's ma'am and sir.
But he looks like he's like 80 years old. He's got like his business is all screwed up.
I guess that jackass thing is not a good thing to do.
He's still putting that catheter up his cock every day, twice a day. And I mean, Johnny looks like...
That'll age a guy. I mean, when you get your dick broken, like everything after that is like downhill.
What a mess. So Johnny, I'm talking to him, and Jimmy has a full, beautiful bar. I'm drinking vodka. He goes, never mind that shit. He goes... Johnny pulls out a jar. Like a jar,
With
like a jelly jar with a screw top, and he goes,
a mason jar.
He goes, have a drink of this. It's moonshine. I go, moonshine? What the fuck is moonshine? What do you mean?
Moonshine in Beverly Hills.
He's a hillbilly, and these guys,
From
I guess,
Tennessee,
from
his
Tennessee,
cousins or something.
His cousins make moonshine. They make their own alcohol.
This was Blue Flame moonshine, which is supposed to be the good stuff.
Well, I took a smell. Like, I just took a smell. And Ashton's wife, Demi, says to me, you're a real pussy. Drink the moonshine. So I said, what do you mean I'm a pussy? I'm not going to drink that crap. That's probably poison.
Yeah,
I mean,
Johnny Knoxville's uncle
I
made it.
said, look at Johnny.
She was calling you a pussy because you called Stamos a pussy, and then Stamos drank it. And the first thing, I walked into the party, and Stamos was like, you're a pussy if you don't drink this.
Right.
It was like the first thing, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be a pussy, you know?
I never felt such peer pressure because, I mean, after all, I mean, there's Demi Moore saying, like waiting.
You can't have that.
She sees I'm not a real man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
Was she drinking it?
And then like Courtney Cox is drinking the moonshine,
God.
and she goes, "Come
All
on,
these
man."
girls are
She's like, man up, drink the moonshine. And I go,
are more manly than you.
I'm such a fucking woman. I won't drink the moonshine. I wouldn't. I smelled it. I knew. That's why Johnny looks like he's 80 years old. He's drinking moonshine.
It's either that or lighting himself on fire. One or the other.
Yeah, or smashing your balls into a truck.
Something.
But
Yeah, but I mean, they make it's not prohibition. You don't need moonshine.
No. But it was fun, right?
The moonshine was potent. I mean, it was heavy stuff.
Then you kept saying you don't know how to play an instrument, but then you got up and then you're playing the piano like Billy Joel or something.
I took when I was like 7 years old, I took 3 years of piano or something. I don't really know how to play.
And your wife's a good singer? She was up singing?
Was singing?
My wife can do anything.
She's singing.
She can do whatever she wants to do.
She can. She was really great.
I
I'll tell
didn't know
you.
she sang.
Well, if you hung out at the kind of parties I hung out at, you would know this kind of shit.
Yes, I would.
You're too busy going to charity benefits.
I'll do my thing. You
Talk
do
to me.
yours with the moonshine.
Talk to me about charity for a second. How does a celebrity pick their charity? Now, are you trying to get rid of the sex slave industry or something?
Human trafficking, yeah.
Human trafficking. There's a million charities you can get involved in. Why the human trafficking and sex slaves?
I saw this thing on like one of those like 48 hours special thing, Nightline or whatever, and it was these like 6 and 7 year old girls in Cambodia,
right?
That were working in these brothels, and these grown men were going in and sleeping with the 6 and 7-year-old girl, and this is not really morning talk, but it was just so disturbing to watch, to see what was happening with these kids, and then I started researching, and I found there's twice as many slaves in the world today as there were when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Wow.
I didn't even know that, and it's like a $32 billion industry.
So you got involved with that? Yeah, because Rob is involved with every fucking charity
Yeah,
but that.
isn't Demise involved with something called like the Rebecca?
The Rebecca Project?
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw an email getting passed back
Yeah.
and forth about, but I don't know whether she's associated with it.
Everybody's helping everybody.
We just started our own foundation. It's the DNA Foundation.
Well, anyway, so you got a new movie coming out, but that party at Jimmy's,
that was fun.
It was fun, but that's not a big deal to you, right? Because you guys don't you party with like Brad Pitt and
We don't go out that much. I mean, we're so like when you're in New York, you stay home mostly. It's like you're not going out. That's when we're in Los Angeles, we don't really go out that much.
So Jimmy's party was unusual for you guys.
Yeah. Well, I just got off work. Like I came straight from work and went straight to the party, and then
it was a big deal. Rick Rubin, Natalie Maines was there. Jeff Probst flew in for it.
Wow.
I mean,
it was a party you fly in for.
Jeff Probst flew in for it.
Yeah, he had to do the Survivor finale. He flew out that night because
He didn't want to miss it.
He was in New York. He flew to the party, and then he flew back to Survivor.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had a good time. I was busting his balls pretty good at that party.
Jeff?
Yeah, it was fun.
Why?
I'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
But anyway, so it was good. It was really good. Ashton's new movie is Killers. This is where you play a spy. You quit the spy business.
Yeah.
After you quit the spy business, you get married to Katherine Heigl.
Katherine Heigl.
Is she a pain in the ass to work with?
No, she's great.
Why does she get a bad reputation of being like cuckoo?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she had like a thing on the what was the Getting Knocked Up movie. She had like a thing with the it was like the guys in the movie and I don't know what it was. I didn't really get into it with her.
And yeah, she had some sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think you know when you have one thing like that spike up, then every time they do want to make a story out of it every time.
So working with her was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you liked her. So you're a spy. You quit with the spy business. She marries you. You never tell her you were used to be a spy, and then all of a sudden, some guys put out a hit on you.
Yeah, there's a hit. There's a contract hit put on me, and it's like one of my friends or neighbors, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a pretty basic plot line.
So what's like you're Superman because all of a sudden when your wife learns you used to be a spy, she's kind of freaked out.
Yeah, she's kind of freaked out, but she's also kind of impressed.
Yeah, right. She digs it.
I get to kill people.
Yeah,
it's fun. I just wanted to shoot a gun.
And you get to do all that.
I get to shoot guns and jump through windows and dive off boats, and
that's
fun. And make out with Katherine Heigl.
So
it's like free cheating,
Yeah, I know. There was a picture in the Post View yesterday making out with another chick.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
That's going well.
You're making that movie now.
That's in a movie. That's a movie, yeah.
No, I understand that, but you get to make out with there's a picture.
I know
of
it's
him,
like
and
free
your mouth,
cheating.
But your mouth is open, and your tongue is practically down her throat.
That's not true. That's not true. It might be touching a little, but not down her throat.
Isn't that tough on your marriage? I mean, you're constantly fucking making out with other chicks.
She does it too.
I know, but I mean, Jesus Christ! Between the two, do you get jealous when you see your wife in a movie, or you're doing this?
I
shit?
get a little jealous, but she's just good. She's good with it. I don't know. She's okay with it.
How's the marriage going?
Great.
How's the sex?
Amazing.
Are you having as much sex as you used to have?
Yep.
No kidding.
Still goes down.
After all these years.
7 years.
What is the secret to you
Lots
and to me?
of sex.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Do you instigate it mostly?
It's mutual.
How do you instigate it? Give me some tips here. How do you keep it fresh?
Sexting.
Sexting.
Yeah, the texting. But
you're
sexting.
big with that.
Oh yeah.
And you write her dirty messages.
All day long.
You don't send pictures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
But just across the text
of your cock.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure.
You send to me pictures of your penis.
Penis.
not the penis. Penis. Not necessally that.
Sex turn now.
I think you have to just be like, don't just wait till I get home. I'm gonna ruin you.
I'm gonna ram it into you.
I'm gonna ruin you when I get home.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Yeah.
You get home and you actually follow through.
Yeah.
Was she put on outfits and stuff for you, or?
Nah, we don't do all that business. No.
You get in the room and you get down to business.
Yeah, just get her done.
Do you think you got enough fucking out of your way? You got married very young. How old were you when you got married?
Nah, I wasn't. I was 25.
25 when you got married.
That's not that young. I'm from Iowa. People get married in Iowa when they're like...
That is true. But you
13, so he
It's
really
12.
waited.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
When you were young, I mean, how old were you when you started modeling?
19.
Modeling's a nightmare?
Well, it's not. I mean, it's hard to feel good about yourself when, you know, it's like...
Howard would feel really good.
I would feel great if someone would pay me
But
for that.
it's not, there's not a whole lot of earnership there. You know what I mean?
My wife has said to me, she said when she used to work with male models, it's a very, very strange career. For women, it's not such a stigma, but for a man, it's kind of weird that, because you're really not doing a lot.
It's like getting a jigsaw puzzle that's already put together.
Right.
You can't feel really good about what you've done there. Like, that's just what it is.
Did you do the runway and all of that?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the pussy you got when you were doing that.
It didn't ramp up. It's hard to be like, you know, because part of it's like what you do for a living, you know. It's like, oh, I'm a male model. Like, you know, it's not like really like girls aren't like, oh, shit, I'm going for that, you know.
Girls are turned off to male models. They don't see them as ambitious.
There you go.
Right.
I don't think it wasn't that. It wasn't like flowing then.
So when you got that job on TV,
that helped.
That was like, thank God.
Yeah, that helped.
I'm done with that.
That helped.
And you were a badass growing up, right? I mean, you robbed a store or something? What did you went to jail or something?
Yeah, I had like a third-degree burglary thing.
What kind of a
Thing.
store was it?
I broke into high school, like my school. It wasn't like
The school store?
No, just the school.
You broke into school.
Into the school.
crazy.
I want to get out of school. Why?
I was, you know, we were trying to rob stuff out of the school. And
You were trying to rob. I actually did something
What
like
do
that.
you do? What is there in school that you want?
Come on, they got all kinds of stuff in there.
What do they got?
All that
Pencils?
equipment and
Pencils.
electronical stuff. My cousin was like trying to break into the soda machine and pry it out. You know.
Yeah, they got free yearbooks.
Yeah, they got vending machines in there. Let's go.
Yeah, they keep it all in there. When you got married, you did a Kabbalah ceremony, right?
Yeah.
Are you still into that?
I still study it a little bit, yeah.
But the me's more into it.
We're both into it, kind of equally.
You're not wearing your little bracelet.
Where's your red string?
Oh, no. I'm doing a movie right now, so I can't really wear it.
Well, but Demi doesn't wear it.
Yeah, she does.
I don't see I mean, I looked her over. I didn't see
No
any
red
You didn't see
string?
it?
No.
Maybe it fell off. I don't know.
So when you get married in a Kabbalah ceremony, what is that? I mean, is that like a Jewish ceremony, or is it something?
Yeah,
you-
basically.
You step on the glass.
Who's that guy?
That's your rabbi. This is the actual ceremony.
Wow. Nice. I do.
So some of the things you got to do is you got to dance around a circle around the bride circles the groom 7 times.
7 times.
You
yeah.
did all that.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Whoa, now what is that? So are you Jewish?
No, I'm not Jewish.
But you're Kabbalah. But that's
Yeah.
Judaism. I don't understand.
But here's the thing. I think religion's kind of awful.
Yeah.
I think that there are probably more wars created because of religion than peace that's actually ultimately created.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't preclude me from, studying spirituality. Like, I believe there's a God, and I believe that, part of that's within us, and I think I have a soul, and so I try to stay grounded through spirituality.
Right. So
but I don't like to follow all the rules and do.
You just like learning about it. You feel spiritual,
Yeah.
and that's it. And that's as far as it goes.
Well, it's all, it's like do unto others as you want done to yourself, and everything else is sort of a kind of how-to book.
So when you're making a movie with Natalie Portman, I was obsessed on this picture because I'd like to make out with her too.
She's cute, right?
Yeah.
She's super cute. She's like
super
5 foot something tall, though. Like, I stand next to her, we look like we're different species.
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm 6'3", but she's like, we have like a really weird height thing going on.
When you do a love scene with her, do they put her on a box or something to make
I
her
haven't done it yet. I haven't done a love scene with. I had to
Well, what's
kiss
the
her.
makeout
I had to kiss her in the scene, so we were just standing there,
Right.
But I had to lift her up to even kiss her.
Do you get turned on at all? Let me be honest.
No, well, I mean, in a scene like that, in
Yeah.
a sex scene, yeah.
Did you have sex scenes with Katherine Heigl in your new movie?
No, I don't have a sex scene with her.
Nothing. No kissing. Nothing.
There's like kissing, but not like a sex scene.
Nothing. Nothing hardcore.
No, like I kiss her boobs or something. I don't
You kiss her boobs.
Yeah, just like just kiss them.
Kiss her boobs.
How do you
Well, in
write
the
that
scene.
into a script?
See, that's
Part
why
of the scene.
Hollywood marriages can't last. Do you?
They've been doing pretty
It's
well.
tough. Yeah.
Oh, well, we're doing great.
Well, how do you know if they're doing well?
They're still together. I'm just counting years.
I mean, at the party, you guys seem super tight.
Yeah, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got up there. She encouraged you to get up and play with the band. You were being kind of shy. And
Wow, because I don't know how to play an instrument. I don't know how to sing. No, come on. You were like jamming out songs on the...
Man, I felt like I was on top of the world, man. Look who I'm jamming with. All these fucking Hollywood people.
He's ready to start a band again.
Yeah. We might start a band. I might actually go book it on a talk show.
See, now that would be one of those vanity projects, right? Where you have all your buddies
You could book it. Sure.
who
It'd be
have
funny.
names, and then everybody would just go
And we
because
do
it was
Louie.
you guys, and then they'd listen to this bad music.
So when you're on the set,
It's like when the bands break apart and then different factions
Right.
of those bands try to get back together and form that new band,
this
like
is
the
a
Revolver.
super bad
What was that,
group.
Revolver?
Revolver.
Yeah.
Hey, so if you're on the set with Katherine Heigl, you don't get physically attracted to these? I don't understand how it works.
Nah, you just don't. But they're also telling you, like, okay, I want you over here. I want you to, it's like square off to the camera a little bit more.
But you get actual boners and stuff, don't you, when you're making out with Natalie Portman?
I haven't gotten there yet.
No wood.
Well, I haven't done a scene that has taken it there. But
Well,
it's
you've
not to
worked
say
with Cameron Diaz.
It's
You've
not to
worked
say
with
that
some-
you wouldn't in a sex scene with someone.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you could.
And so do you have to sort of detox after something like that? So you go home to your wife and you got to be like, oh, shit,
Well, like when I was doing that movie Spread, like at the end of the day, there was like 7 days in a row that I had like sex scenes that I was shooting.
Right.
And then you'd go home and you'd just be like, I'm so over it. Like it's like it was just, like enough.
I can't even have sex.
Like I could imagine how a porn star would feel.
No kidding.
Like I think the porn stars would like get done at the end of the day and be like, I'm not.
Yeah, you would think. Well, that I would understand. But I mean, you're working next to all these actresses and stuff. I just don't know I don't know how you go away on a movie set for 4 months or something, and you're hanging out with all these hot chicks, and you keep your marriage together.
Well,
it's quite remarkable.
Like to me, we'll go on location with it. We'll just go together. So it's like we're not apart.
That's
for
smart.
Very long.
But that's a smart move.
We have like a 2-week rule. We're never apart from each other more than 2 weeks.
Right. You know what it is, though? The porn stars, when they make a movie, they're finishing. They're actually coming. And they're sick of sex. The problem is you'd have all this foreplay.
Ramp up.
Exactly. And then you got to be kind of curious. Do you ever find yourself, you go home like at the end of the day and then you're like thinking about Katherine Heigl, what it'd be like to fuck her?
No.
You don't?
No.
You can't admit that anyway.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, because you can't say
You
that.
could admit it.
You could. Would you say that if your wife's your best friend, can you sit there and say, shit, I just did a love scene with Katherine Heigl and you know what? I was getting a little bit turned on. Can you tell her that? Can you be that honest?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I can't. Yeah. I can tell. She's like my best friend.
Yeah.
So I got to be able to tell her everything.
Well, that's pretty good. Now, when you got are you on bad terms with your family? When you got married, you didn't have your family there? You didn't bring
No, my family was there.
Was your brother there? You have a twin brother.
My brother
right?
wasn't there.
How come your twin brother isn't there?
Because my brother was married to a woman that was like when they got divorced, sold all these stories to the tabloids.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want her coming and selling stories to the tabloids.
So did you tell your brother that? And
Yeah,
was he
I told him
pissed?
that.
Was he pissed off at you?
He was upset that he wasn't there, and I'm bummed that he wasn't there because I want him to be there. But I was like, I can't invite your psycho ex. I can't have like I don't want the whole world knowing about what's going on.
And that didn't cause a tremendous rift between you and your brother?
No.
Because at the time he was in love with this woman, and
Yeah, but I told him that she was a psycho. That woman.
But now they're divorced.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
What does your twin brother do?
Yeah, and does he?
He sells 401k accounts.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Does he look exactly like you?
No.
Your fraternal?
Yeah, we're fraternal. He's blonde hair and blue eyes.
Is he good looking like you?
I think he's a handsome guy.
Is he as handsome as you?
I think he's a good looking guy.
I mean, is he as handsome as you? That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
asking.
he's as handsome as me.
Is there jealousy between you and your brother? I mean, you're this big star. You're married to Demi Moore. You're making fucking movies. You got tons of dough. I mean, is there tremendous jealousy?
No.
No?
No, there's not. You know what? My brother's a great guy. I wish I was as good of a guy as my brother is.
No kidding.
He's a great guy.
So you're close?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where does he live? He's still out in
He lives in Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
see him enough, but...
When's the last time you saw him?
A couple months, like a month and a half ago or something.
Right, because he's in Iowa. How the hell are you going to go out there?
Yeah, you're not going there.
It's not like I have a business meeting in Iowa. I'm like, well,
Right.
I'm just passing
You just
through.
dropped by. I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's got to be strange for you to be like a young guy. You've hosted Saturday Night Live. You had television shows. You had a modeling career. You're making movies.
Yeah.
it's just an incredible life, right?
Kind of heady.
It's pretty good.
How do you stay level? Like, are you mean to people at all? Do you lash out at people? Are you? I mean, in other words, have you gotten carried away with yourself, or are you staying grounded?
Well, that's
you seem very grounded
to me. That's why I study that
Kabbalah.
stuff. Yeah,
keeps you
Did
grounded.
you think you had a moment where you
my
could have
wife,
gone off?
she beats me up.
What do you
Yeah,
mean your
but
wife beats you up?
what?
She says to you, you're getting out of line?
No, yeah, that's part of the deal. Like, she's just like, she puts me in place.
Right.
But
And
do
I
you
do the same thing for her.
Do you feel that you once had a time where you might have been headed in?
Yeah, that's like right when I met Demi.
Uh-huh.
I was like on the verge of like this could get really bad.
You were getting out of control with the women.
I was getting out of control with the women.
No kidding.
I was abusing it.
You were.
I wasn't being nice. I was abusing it, and I was like, and it was not good. Like, it was bad. I was like, all right, that's it. And then I met Demi, and then it was like I just shut the spigot off.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You knew it was right.
It could have gotten bad. I mean, I could have drowned in what?
It could have been the OD.
I could have OD'd
I can
on
imagine.
it. It was either coming down to that or like some infectious disease that would be like some new infectious disease from getting too much.
And you would be patient zero.
So when you say you were bad,
it was just bad.
Would you sometimes have 2 or 3 women a day?
It was just bad.
It was bad. You were a
just
bad
bad.
person.
It was
because you're using people and they're using you.
I was very honest and upfront about it. And I was like, listen, this is not, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not interested in that. I want to have, and it was like, okay. But I think that there's a part, the girl, she's thinking like, wow, maybe he is, or maybe he could be.
He's just saying this.
Right. I'm going to be the one that changes that, and I was just abusive of it.
Damn, man, I wonder what the hell went on. You should write a book about that.
Met the wife. That was a good thing.
And straighten, yeah.
Just save my ass from.
Where do you meet her? How does
I
that
met
all
her
go
through
down?
a mutual friend.
And she walks in the room.
Yeah.
And she probably thought you were a douchebag in the sense that
she did.
You're probably going to try and fuck her and leave her.
I was trying to do that.
You walk in the room, Demi Moore's there, and you're instantly attracted.
Yeah, well, I was like taking a shower, and it was like her and a buddy of hers that was a friend of mine that I was trying to hook up with also. And it was bad. I mean, I'm going to be honest about it. It was bad.
Hey, if I was you, I'd be bad too.
She knew. And then I like went. I was like taking a shower and getting changed, getting ready to go out, and I came out without my shirt on. And Demi like
good move.
Demi takes the piss out of me immediately and is like, when we said we liked your haircut, we didn't. And then and so then I'm like, okay, great. Now I'm the asshole. So then I walk and I get dressed and I come. And then Demi was like making a phone call to her youngest daughter, who had like an art project or something to do, and I heard her outside the door talking to her daughter, and I was like, I want to be with a person like that.
Because she seemed grounded and...
Just based on the way she was talking. And then I said, I need to talk to you later. And then that was it. And then we just spent the rest of that was it.
Yeah, but she probably thought, I'm not going off with you because she's probably looking at you like, you know what, you're just interested in fucking.
So that's what she said. She said, if you just want to talk, yes. And I was like, yeah, I just want to talk.
But meanwhile, you wanted to fuck.
Yeah, of course. But then I went and then we just talked.
You did?
Yeah.
You weren't an animal.
No. Well, I couldn't
Did she think it
she
was
like closing off? She was like, the door was shut. Nothing was happening.
Did she think that was a move when you walked out in your towel? Because you're a good-looking dude.
It was a move.
You're a muscular. It was.
She knew it was a move. Yeah.
You mean you walked out in your towel on purpose?
On purpose.
You knew
yeah.
you looked good.
I was like,
yeah, that's a great move. If I look like him, I'd be nude. I'd walk around with my schlong out. I hope you have a small dick.
Nah,
you got a big penis.
No, I'm not like in demand. You know what I mean? It's not like
but you have a good size. You're as big as that Starbucks. You're as big as the Starbucks coffee cup.
No.
What size is that?
No, it's not. I'm not like working the Vente mocha.
So your move is when you were seducing a woman, you walk out in a towel.
No, that wasn't my move. That happened to be the move that.
You know
that move.
You know what my move is? I walk out in a ski parka.
That's it.
I keep everything covered up. It's unbelievable. So and then. She probably didn't really want to take you seriously romantically because she knew
she didn't.
You're a womanizer. Yeah. There's no way you're going to be a serious contender. There's no way you're marriage material. And you had to prove to her that you loved her.
That was it.
How did you prove it to her?
I don't know.
You just hung in there.
Just hung in there.
And then you get to fuck.
I just shut everything else off and then focused on just this is the person I want to be with.
How many weeks does it take for you to get into Demi's pants?
It took a while.
A long time.
It took
Even
a while.
for you.
She was it took a while.
Weeks, months? What?
It took a while.
How long?
It took a while. I don't know.
More than a month?
Not more than a month.
Oh, good. All right. Because then you're losing your mojo.
More than a month, then yeah, that wouldn't have worked out.
Here's my prediction. First night you talk, second night you fucked. That's what I think. No way.
She was not.
Did you make out the first night you met her?
Yeah, we made out.
You made out?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must
But
have
are
been
you
great.
seeing her like every day of that month? How often are you seeing her?
What? She was actually she flew out. She left. She had to leave the next day.
Right.
But then her plane got stuck and didn't. And there was an issue with the. There was like a weather issue, so she couldn't leave. So she came back into town, and then we hung out a second night, 2 nights in a row. And then she left town for like a week.
Ah, okay.
But we were talking every day.
Yeah, you should see these two little lovebirds.
I'm sure.
She was very supportive of him in this band that we were in.
Well, you know what? Do you like being the poster child of, like multiple family? How that works together? Because, Demi and Bruce are still good buddies. And
Bruce was at the wedding. That
Yeah.
I don't fucking understand at all. I don't want him at my wedding.
they're everywhere together.
You were bummed by that.
No.
Really?
He's a good guy.
You don't care?
I was at his wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, Bruce was the rabbi. He married him.
He
I'm ready.
performed the ceremony.
Yeah, right.
No, he's a good guy. Bruce is a great guy.
Yeah.
I hang out with Bruce any day.
Yeah?
With the wedding, not at the wedding, doesn't matter. Yeah, he's hilarious. Has he been on the show, Bruce?
No. Bruce hasn't been on the show.
He'd love the show.
He's a fan, supposedly.
No,
Keeps-
Howard,
He hates us, doesn't he?
I thought he said he did like me. He said he had no problem with me.
What happened?
Started John interviewed him once some years ago, and he got really mad.
What did John do to him?
Who knows? Hey, Ashton, so when you get married, when two powerhouses get married, and you're both wealthy people, do you do the whole prenup thing, or did you bang out a whole agreement?
I didn't do it. She had more money than me. I didn't do a prenup.
You didn't do a prenup?
No.
I'm
She
kidding.
did one.
So there is no prenup?
No, there's no
No
prenup.
prenup.
But now at this point, I mean, you're making tons of dough, so...
I don't care.
You don't?
No, I don't really care. It's money, whatever.
How's that all work, though? Everybody just pulls their money together?
What do you
Who
mean?
pays the bills?
Who pays the bills? How's that all work out?
We have a joint account, and then we have our own separate accounts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It's whatever. It's money.
And when you buy a house, who buys it?
Yeah.
We buy it together.
Okay.
But we have property that we each own from before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you split the electric bill?
Yes.
The movie's called Killers.
Yeah.
You're the spy.
Yeah.
Who reveals to his wife that you're a former spy.
I'm a spy that reveals to my wife that I was a spy because people are trying to kill us, and we don't know why.
Is it a comedy? Or
It's
is
a comedy. It's an action comedy. It's great. It's really, really good. I've seen it, and it's great.
I will be happy seeing this. I like the premise.
I think you'll be happy seeing it. I think there's not going to be enough sex in it.
I don't give a shit.
You don't
about
care.
that. No, I
All
don't
right.
care.
But then I think you'll enjoy it. I think it's funny. Tom Selleck's in it. Gee, I mean, he's got the most gorgeous mustache you've ever seen in your life.
Right.
And
And still has that mustache.
And the mustache is unbelievable. I mean, this thing is like a Balkan forest.
It's got its own personality.
It's unbelievable.
And you are still tweeting, right?
Yeah, still tweeting.
And you have 5.5 million followers on your tweets.
4.8 million.
4.8 million people just wait on your every word.
Yeah. They're not waiting on my every word. They're following other people.
You know what I said to Ashton with that Twitter? They should pay him because.
Well, he did a whole thing. The big reason people knew about it was because of him and Demi.
Do you
They
have
did a big thing for Twitter.
you seem to be up on the technology. Is there something coming down the road that's better than Twitter? Like that you'll
What's next?
That's better.
What is the next
There's
thing?
different stuff coming. There's a thing called Foursquare that a lot of people are using.
Foursquare.
Yeah. It's like you check into locations.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of create a crowdsourced Zagat guide. It's pretty good. And then there's a thing called Daily Booth. That's like it's like people talking but with pictures.
I see.
Kind of a big thing.
So if you go on that, you could change. You literally made tweeting very popular. You were one of the pioneers of this thing, true? And really, you made it popular. You built a big business for them. Have they ever come to you and said thank you for being interested in tweeting? I mean, I would think they'd kiss your balls.
I've met with them. They haven't necessarily said thank you.
Does that bother you? You're providing content.
It bothered me for a while. For a while, it really bothered me. I was like, wait a second, like I'm helping to blow up your platform, hook it up.
Right.
But now I sort of got to the point where I was like, it'll come back around somehow, somewhere, wherever.
Are you the world's greatest tweeter?
Nah, there are people that put more entertaining stuff down.
More, yeah. Robin is now involved, and it's very, very
I'm not
compelling.
a
Do you
good
like it?
tweeter.
You're not good in it? I'm about to get taken. I'm
What's the
about to
deal?
get knocked off of the pedestal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening?
He's really got to go.
What are you doing this morning around the movie?
Today Show?
I have Today's Show. Regis.
Oh, yeah. Regis
I gotta
and the
go
Today
talk
Show.
to Regis, your
All right.
buddy.
Yeah, so you got a lot going on. Yeah, he is my buddy. He lives in my
neighbor.
building. My neighbor. All right, look. The movie Ashton Kutcher is in is called Killers. Go see it. It's romantic,
But it's got
but it's a thriller.
action.
And there is some humor in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, what could be better than that?
Sounds like a good combination.
That's right. And look, he ain't bad to look at either. Let's be honest.
What about her? Does she get naked?
Yeah. No, if she doesn't get
No,
naked.
it's a PG-13 probably.
Like how fired up you are about that. What about it? You naked?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Ashton, you will like this, that my wife was on Regis, Where You're Going, and she came out with a dog, and the dog took a shit on the stage.
Yeah, the dog shat on the stage.
And it got big laughs. And what you should do is take a dump on
Get
the stage.
that
Go and
dog.
just squat it out.
Go over there, squat out a big dump. And I am telling you.
I heard this works on your show, Regis.
Yeah. Just say, I understand Beth Stern was on your show, and she took a shit. That's the new Regis thing. Everyone's shitting on the stage.
Everybody just goes and shit.
All right, listen, we loved having you here. Good luck with the film. We'll
Good
all
luck
go
with
see
the
it.
band.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
with the band. I'll contact you about the band.
Yeah,
And good
but
luck
let me
with
know when we all
everything.
get back together.
Ashton Kutcher, everybody.
Ashton,
Yeah.
how'd it go, man?
I think I don't know. You tell me.
I think it went pretty well.
All right, good.
So,
You never really know on this show whether it went good or not. You find out once you get in the car outside and somebody calls in and they're like, "Oh, that guy's a fucking asshole." Like, who's he? You don't find out how this one went until afterwards.
all right, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Take it easy, man.
Back from L.A. My kind of town, that L.A. Yeah. You have no mic. Oh, that's because your mic's down, Robin. There's no way you
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah. Your mic is on, but I have it turned down off. Just trying to send you a subtle message.
I got it.
I just don't know what the message was. Oh, my glasses are filthy. That time difference with L.A., well, that wears me out. Everything wears me out, But it's really weird when I go out there because there's like a lot of excitement that I'm there.
Well, I said it was like the Queen coming. Everybody was getting ready for you.
TMZ did a report. We went out to dinner. We got there Thursday evening, late afternoon. And we went to our hotel. We stayed at the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is a really nice hotel. And it pulled up, and then right away there were these like a paparazzi, but like a ton, like a million of them. Howard, I don't even know
how did they get on the hotel grounds?
That was it. And then the hotel people got upset. You're standing on our sidewalk, and they were throwing them off the sidewalk. I said, listen, it's no big deal. Just who gives a fuck?
Who owns the sidewalk?
I don't know, but it reminded me like when I was a little kid, and you go, "Hey, get off my lawn. That's that's my lawn." No, our property line ends here, man. You're always arguing with your neighbors. I don't know. Did you have that?
Oh yeah, I was telling you about the guy who would yell at the children every time they touched his grass.
Yeah.
That's my grass.
Yeah, it's like one little patch of grass.
Right. It's such a small patch of grass. It's not even worth fighting for.
So we get there, and there was a lot of excitement. And I said to Beth, I go, "Man, there's a lot of excitement."
Well, they're looking for something new to do, I'm sure.
Like I'm the new guy in town. Like, you know what it is? It's
Enough
weird.
of Kim Kardashian and her sisters and wherever they go.
Yeah, right. It's like because I don't live out there. There's very most celebrities out there. No one's. Jimmy Kimmel told me that he goes, "You're just not here enough because everywhere I went, it was like an event."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I must be like the president when I go
But that's
out
what I
there.
said. It was like a state visit from another a foreign dignitary.
Even that guy from TMZ, Harvey Levin, was saying on his report, wow, it was like Howard Stern is the king of L.A. So we got there, and we were meeting Jimmy and his girlfriend Molly, and J.J. Abrams and his wife, Katie. J.J. Abrams, who's been on our show, he did the Star Trek movie and
The Mission Impossible movies,
he
right?
did, yeah, he's the guy who created Lost and all these shows,
Yeah.
and he's a good guy. And so we were all going to go out to dinner together at this place called Soho House.
Okay.
So we're driving, and then all of a sudden, there's all like it was like being Lady Di. You know how they chase you? There was
Yeah.
like 3 cars chasing us. So I said to the guy driving us, I said, "Listen, man,
Slow down.
This ain't
Let
worth-
them catch us.
It ain't worth dying over." I said, "Let's just go." And
I
so,
mean, what happens if they catch you?
yeah, I said, so you get out of the car, and these guys do not give up. Well, they'll take pictures, so who cares,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's not like you're with somebody other than your wife. What are they going to catch you doing?
That's what Beth said. Beth said, it's not like we're dating, in secrecy. And it's not like you're cheating on your wife. I'm your wife. It's okay. I said, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. So, because really, what are you running from? I mean, okay, so some guys are going to take your picture. Big fucking deal. So I get out of the car. And right away, it's so confusing. You can't even see where you're walking. They're popping so many flash bulbs. And then there were 2 cars worth of guys chasing me who are professional autograph seekers. Now, when I say professional autograph seekers, they have every picture I've ever taken or every movie poster, anything that ever came out about me, my books.
So how long does that take to get through them?
Well, those guys, you can't sign anything. I signed a couple of things, but once you start, they're like...
They keep flipping another thing?
Because that's how they make their living. They sell these autographs. So if you stand there and sign for 10 hours, they'll have you sign 10 hours worth of stuff.
Wow.
So I was like signing one. What happens is, though, you get out of the car. I can't even see Beth now. I get nervous about her.
You're right.
All of a sudden, I can't even find... I wanted to actually look at where I was. You can't see a thing. It's blinding. All of a sudden, I feel some people grabbing me like the Beatles or something, like touching me and pulling me and pushing me. And I go, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Now I'm starting to get aggravated. This is how things heat up.
I mean, how far is the door from the car? I mean, what do you have to do?
I couldn't even fucking tell you because you can't even see in front of you, and they block. It's almost like what they do on the football field. There's a whole pattern they run so that you are
can't
blocked.
see where you're supposed to go. Where's the lane?
So I'm like, man, this seems dangerous in some weird way. Like I could have walked into the street, got hit by a car. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And
then
you don't know where Beth is at this
no,
point?
and now they videotape it. So what they're hoping you'll do is either get in a fight with someone, or you'll fall down, or you'll look confused. So I was like, I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to get into the restaurant. So it's actually surreal. You don't know where you are. It's almost like being in a bee's nest. You cannot see a fucking thing in front of you. So fortunately, I brought Mike out with me. You know Mike.
Yeah.
And he was helping us get in, but it was crazy. I started to sign a few things. I said, this ain't going to fly. I'm not signing any more
that
stuff.
just makes more.
And then they follow you around for the whole weekend because they know you're an asshole and you'll sign everything. And it's not like it's a fan saying to you sign something. It's like a woman.
It's a guy with a bunch of...
Yeah, like I went shopping and this woman came up. She goes, I'm a fan. Would you sign this for my niece or something? I said, yeah, sure. No big deal. But
She doesn't come with another one. She doesn't have another niece.
No. It's a whole racket, but it's really... I'm going to say dangerous because you don't know what the hell's going on, and they're hoping you'll get hit by a car. These guys, because
then they'll be the ones who tell all the stories.
Yeah, you have no idea if you're on the sidewalk. You don't know where the fuck you are. So we pull up, and now we're in a steakhouse, and by coincidence, I didn't even see him. Donald Trump had just gone in there with his wife, and so. The steakhouse is the wrong restaurant.
Because I was going to say, what were you doing at a steakhouse?
Well, it turns out this Soho House is 2 floors up. It's like a building complex. It's like who the hell knows what was going on? You think I know what was going on? So I walk in, I finally get in there, and it was like wacky. So the guy goes, "Do you have a reservation?" I go, "Yeah," and they go, "No, we don't have your name on here." I go, "Is this the Soho House?" And they go, "No, this is BOA Steakhouse."
No.
So I go, oh, fuck, you're kidding me. I go, I don't think I can walk back out there.
Yeah, like now you got to go back. That's
I go-
crazy.
and then you sound like you're crazy because you're like, well, the guy goes, well, your car's right there. I mean, I go, where? And they don't tell you. This must happen all the time. They don't tell you the Soho House is
It's
up the stairs.
upstairs.
And there is a way of getting up there. I guess they don't want to encourage that through their restaurant.
They're pretending that restaurant doesn't exist.
Yeah. So I go, did you ever hear of a place called Soho House? Oh, no, that's right upstairs. We can help you get up there. I said, thank you.
Don't send me back out there.
The whole thing is crazy, man. I don't know. It was wild. And I'm telling you, we pulled up to the hotel. These guys, there were so many guys out there. So now they're fighting
How do
over.
they know where you are?
I don't know. It's impossible that they would know. First of all, I'm registered under my alias.
Yeah.
Which you seem like a retard doing, but thank God we do that. And I don't even know how they. It was a private entrance. I don't even know how they. I don't know. It must be someone from the hotel knows I'm coming and tips them off.
Oh.
It was crazy. It was like right out of the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. And I guess if I was single and I had a new
If
chick
you were
with me,
trying to impress somebody, it'd be another thing.
I'd pay people to do that.
That's right. You'd make this happen. You would say, come on, get a crowd out in front of the hotel so I can look important.
And you know me, how cranky I am and everything. And I was just like, boy, this is weird. But, you just go with the flow. I was like, wow, okay. So that was dinner Thursday night, and that was pretty nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday, Beth was running around. She was on everything. She was on Jimmy Kimmel. Did you see her on Kimmel?
No, I have to go get the YouTube now.
She was really
I
good.
missed it. I heard about it. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of comments about it.
I'll tell you about the party that Jimmy threw.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that, but the funny thing is that Jimmy has a room where you can jam. Like he's got all guitars and
In his house?
yeah, he's got a whole like outdoor room. Like I shouldn't say that doesn't make sense, but it's a detached. It's the room. It's a room that's not part of the regular house.
Okay.
All right, it's like a guest house, but he set it up for like if everyone wants to go play instruments. And he says no one ever plays instruments when he has this thing set up. So a bunch of us went in there, and I saw pictures from the evening. And I'm standing next to Ashton Kutcher, who's coming into that this morning. I'm standing next to Ashton Kutcher and David Arquette, and we're jamming with our new band, which I'll be telling you about.
So you guys are now going to make music together?
There's something happening.
This is, what do they call this? Is a super group.
There's a super group forming. I'm going to tell you about it. But anyway, I saw pictures from the evening, and I look horrible in every single fucking picture. I'm standing there. It's like, Jimmy said to me, quite frankly, George Clooney would look horrible next to these guys. They're all handsome.
Now, come on. George Clooney's handsome.
He's making a joke, but I'm just saying, what am I doing up there? I look ridiculous. And Beth must really love me because she told me I look really hot playing the guitar with these guys. And I was like, oh, we need Fred here because... I'll jump to that.
You need a real musician in the band? Is that the thing the band is missing?
Well, it was really something this trip to L.A. First of all, L.A. is the greatest because of that weather. I got to tell you, we're fucking around here in this cold weather.
I have tried to get you out of here for a long time. I'm not attached to this place.
I got 3 daughters, my parents,
Move them.
I can't move them. I got to be where my ex-wife's got the kids and all this stuff. But Ashley's getting close to going to college. She's got another year. Then I'm fucking heading out of here. That's it. I'm going somewhere.
I've been talking about that. Why do you think I'm on a plane every weekend in the wintertime?
Boy, that warm weather puts you in such a good mood. So Beth was running around like a maniac. I don't know if you want to hear any for Jimmy Kimmel, but I thought it was really strong.
Yeah.
I wonder how the fans are feeling because, Beth gets so much crap, and I thought she was
What
really...
do you mean?
Well, Beth gets so much shit from our fans for being my wife, and they're just there's a lot of people who are mean to her on the Stern Fan Network.
Oh, again, you're going on those things.
But I thought she did a really good job.
Because everything I heard was positive. It was not, I didn't hear one. I don't talk to those Stern Fan people.
Well, I had this whole thing where, I got there, and Beth was running out to go do Jimmy Kimmel's show to promote her book.
Uh-huh.
And the first guest is Ryan Phillippe, JD's pal.
Oh, cool.
And, he was at Jimmy's party, too. I'll tell you about that. It's good seeing him. He had his hot girlfriend with him. Everybody has a hot friend. So, anyway, so Beth went out, and she was like, she knew I'd be cranky because we were going to dinner afterwards.
Right.
With Jimmy and
Did
stuff.
you go to the show with her, or you stayed at the hotel?
I stayed at the hotel, which is something my psychiatrist will be proud of me for. We've been working on that kind of stuff.
What does that mean?
Where I learned to stay out of things. You know what I mean?
You usually would be micromanaging. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would be there and make it about me.
Directing
and all that. Right.
and
yeah. Well, not
having
directing.
your problems.
Right. Who knows? But somehow it would become about me. And it's Beth's moment. And then Beth went. And Beth was happy to go and all of that. And so I stayed at the hotel and ostensibly to get a nap. That was the thing because I'm Mr. Cranky.
And Mr. Nappy.
And plus, every minute I'm looking at my watch going, uh-oh. In New York, it's really 6 o'clock. I'd be eating my dinner.
You're like the timekeeper.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm hungry right now. Of course, because it's really 6 o'clock for me. And I'm sitting in the hotel room neurotically and not sleeping because now it's my dinner time. And then we're not eating dinner till after the Jimmy Kimmel show, which is done like at 8 o'clock, but that's really 11 o'clock. I'm making myself berserk. I'm nuts about that time change thing. And
just forget it. It's the time you're there.
I guess. I hear you, but I can't get used to it.
Well, you only got 2 days.
So now I'm laying in bed, and then I said, I better beat off. Because now I'm in the hotel, and I'm going to beat off. Because I go, maybe that'll put me to sleep, and then I won't be cranky. I didn't even tell Beth I beat off when she was doing taping Jimmy's show.
You were
that's between us,
taping
okay?
Jimmy and
yeah, that's between us.
I had to take care of myself.
Yeah, please,
Keep that from Beth.
Yeah, I have an honesty issue. I tell her whenever I beat off, but this time I was embarrassed.
What is that, like a pledge?
Well, I just say, I don't want to be uptight about it. Hey, I beat off. What's the big deal?
But, I mean, if it comes up, it's one thing. But you don't have to announce it,
yeah, but
do
also,
you?
I wanted to have sex with her that night, so I didn't want her to use that you beat off already. What are you doing over here? I just didn't want it to be an issue.
Huh.
Because she could take that the wrong way, like, what are you beating off for? You have me, I don't know. I didn't want to fuck things up.
I think you're making a big deal about nothing.
Well, welcome to my fucking nightmare. I mean, my God. Making a big deal about nothing every
It's your
second.
life.
Yeah. So, but nevertheless, even with the beating off, and I ate a bunch of bananas and everything, I still couldn't fall asleep.
Bananas, beating off, no sleep.
Nothing, because those are my two key things. If I eat a banana, because I guess it has some sort of weird tryptophan thing or something.
I never heard
know.
that.
I don't know, but I never heard it either. But somehow I've convinced myself that eating a banana will put me to sleep because it's a complex carbohydrate or something like that. I have a theory.
Okay.
And it was a massive explosion when I beat off in the hotel.
Oh, man. Did you mess up the walls?
No, but it was like a 4-tissuer. And I burst through the tissue.
Oh, no.
I ripped a hole through it. I was dropping loads.
It's like that commercial for Cheerios.
We had to be moved to a new room.
Boom.
Yeah, I had to call housekeeping. Mr. Stern, you'll be needing to move to a new room.
There's an explosion.
Boom.
What just happened? The whole hotel was rocked.
I'm like, Mr. L.A., paparazzi chasing me. My hot wife is on Jimmy Kimmel, blah, blah, blah. I'm in my room beating off and eating bananas. I'm so fucked up. What's it going to end? So, anyway. So then I'm sitting in the room. I go, shit, I should have gone to Jimmy's. It'd be fun. I want to see where Jimmy works.
You've never seen the studio.
No, I haven't seen any of it. Now I'm sitting in my room now because I put myself...
looking at 4 walls.
Yeah, now that I put myself in Siberia. And it would have been fun because I know Jimmy's got a bar set up there. I could have started having cocktails.
Yeah, it's like a nightclub, I heard.
Evidently. So I said, fuck this. I'm going over. So I got dressed. Then I had to figure out what to wear because we were going out to dinner. And I don't know what to wear out there, but everyone's casual.
Yeah.
But, even casual for me, I just don't look so good.
Well, you look good when I saw you.
No, I looked all right. Things are falling apart rapidly.
Oh, stop.
They really are. That's the bad thing about going to L.A. Everyone's so fucking good looking that, I really look heinous.
And why do you think all those people stay in the psychiatrist, the plastic surgeon's office?
Yeah, but you know what? Some people are going too far with it.
But that's why they do. It's an attempt to stay ahead of that, and then they make mistakes.
Yeah, I'm much handsomer in New York. That's a good point. That's a real good reason for me not to go to L.A. because I'll start looking like the Joker. You know what I mean? I'll be like, maybe I should get tugged back a little bit.
You'll be one of those. What's wrong with his eyes?
Yeah, well, hey, come on. It's competitive out here.
He looks like his eyes are upside down.
I look like a monster. Now, everybody's just very, very good looking.
I'm telling you, I was looking at Dr. Phil on Jimmy the other day. They were running promos of it or something. I was like, his crow's feet are going the wrong way. You know,
Yeah.
he's even had a tweak. And he's no fashion plate.
I don't know. In L.A., I'm a 1, but in New York, I'm a 4. It's great. In New York, I could almost look cute on days. some
Come
days.
on, there are some other places with good weather where you can maintain a 4.
Yeah. Mexico. My height gives me a 4. I don't know. So, you know, so where am I up to? Oh, just Thursday night. Yeah, so... Yeah, I get over to Jimmy's, we drive in, and boy, that's a nice setup, man. You walk in, he's got like a whole bar, and the place
This
is
is
packed.
at the studio. You're
At
not
the
talking
studio.
about his house.
No, I'm talking about at the studio where he works. He's got his own, it's like the Jimmy Kimmel Theater type situation. They don't call it that,
Yeah.
but, he's got complexes of offices, and you walk in by the dressing rooms, and all of a sudden there's this huge party going on. Now, when I say party, I want to say 200 people partying with a bar and a full bar service.
It looks like you went out for the night.
Yeah, and if you know someone or you're sort of a VIP or something, I guess you get back into this area. And it's the place to go for drinks, like a club. And it's not even people who have anything to do with the show.
Huh. What's that all about?
I don't know. The bar's going, and it's, would you like a drink? And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. What do you got? Start out with a little white wine here.
Now, is it open bar?
Open bar.
Wow.
I mean, it was open bar for me. I wonder if these other people have to pay.
Yeah, I'm like, is Jimmy like subsidizing
I don't know.
his
but,
career by opening a joint?
but it is some vibe back there. And I even said to Jimmy, these aren't the guests or anything. It's just like, what's going on? It's like a whole other show.
You don't even know who these people are.
They could almost have a reality show just based on that bar. No, you don't know who they are, but they're all sort of somebody, but you don't know who.
Right, but I'm just saying they're not with the people on the show. They're not.
I didn't even hang out over there because it was too crazy. Because every time I walked by, people started cheering and screaming and going I wasn't going to go sit there and have a drink. It wouldn't have been relaxing.
Right.
I would have been the entertainment. So I was just sitting in the dressing room. Beth was in there, and all the producers and getting her ready and everything. And a lot of the guys who work on that show are big fans of mine, and then so Beth went out and taped, did the show, and it was really good. Like I thought she should have had more time. They had really good repartee. Beth and Jimmy. I don't know if you want to hear any of it.
I do want to hear.
Let's see. You want the full interview is 9 minutes. I don't know how much.
But I'm really. Wait a minute. How's your psychiatrist going to feel about the fact that you then got up and went over?
No,
there?
I was there at the appropriate time, like when I was called for. But they were running late on their taping, so I ended up being there to see the taping. I wasn't even supposed to be there for that, so it wasn't my fault.
All right.
Ryan Phillippe was the first guest, and he was saying some really nice things about me. He was really being very sweet and talking about how his mom used to drive him around, and he'd listen to the show, and it was like his big influence. So it was not. I was really starting to feel very full of myself being out there because the people were carrying on about me and telling me I was a genius. Like Amy Poehler from Saturday Night Live was I'll tell you who was at the party. But she was there, and her husband, and they were telling me I'm their hero and comedy hero, and I was just like,
How come they're all doing very well and are respected,
Yeah, I
yet
know.
we're still over here?
I know. I'm everyone's comedy hero, and they've all done very well in a respectable way, and I'm still this fucking
pariah,
this freak show. I don't know.
This social pariah.
Like Jimmy's got a show on ABC, Amy Poehler's on Saturday Night Live and has a TV show on NBC, and and I'm still some weird dreg or something. And so then Beth came back, and I told her how funny it was, and, everyone was really pleased. And then, then we went up to Jimmy's offices to get him because we were all going to go to dinner.
But did they not come in the same car as you? How come they weren't with you when you went to the Soho
Because they
house?
had a different car because afterwards they're going home, and, we were going back to the hotel. So, yeah, they had a different car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's when that whole Soho
This is
House-
why, like all those Hollywood people talk about conservation and saving the environment. Look at how many cars.
I know. But you know what? It was really kind of exciting because, I was excited for Beth and I felt good. And she was nervous that, she wanted it to go well because she knows Jimmy so well.
Oh, yeah.
But, and plus you drink before you go on. I slowed Beth down.
She was drinking?
Well, yeah, I told you there was a whole bar with cocktail area. And
Yeah, doesn't mean you have to have a cocktail.
She had a glass of wine or something, but she said that's the key to getting relaxed. I mean, it's really kind of smart to give people alcohol before they have to go out.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so anyway, yes, then the whole dinner thing happened Thursday night, and, and that whole story.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, this big Hollywood party that Jimmy threw was really quite something. I'll tell you the guest list. So this was Saturday night. So I really didn't even know who was coming entirely because, there were some people that I had invited because Jimmy said, who do you want to have there?
Uh-huh.
And then there were people just kind of were there, and I didn't even know they were coming.
So he's all dialed in, apparently, in this Hollywood scene.
Yes and no. I don't know. I can't tell what's going on out there. I'm so out of it. You know what I mean? Look, at 90% of my life is pretty much, it's just me and Beth and then my kids. And then, I'm kind of sequestered in New York. So when I go out to Hollywood, when I go out to L.A., I'm telling you, it was, really strange. It was really like being the Pope. That paparazzi are following me like even Jimmy goes, nobody gets followed like this. This is insane. You would have thought I was Suri Cruz or something.
Britney Spears.
Or Britney Spears. It was wild. And and I didn't even tell you this. Like Friday night, I went out with just Jimmy and Molly to this Italian restaurant. I can't think of the name of it.
No wonder Adam Carolla's all upset.
Yeah, Adam was at the party. And Adam
but
goes,
you wouldn't give him any special time.
No, we invited Adam Friday night. He was shooting a commercial or something, and he wasn't available to come. So I met Jimmy and Molly over at this Italian restaurant. Because Friday I just did the same routine again. I hung out by the pool.
Now, was Beth busy all day on Friday?
All day pretty much.
Wow.
She stopped by for an hour. We went shopping for 2 hours on Rodeo Drive, which I don't recommend if you have any degree of fame. Because
you can't move?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I didn't know what it was. I saw it in the movie Pretty Woman, Rodeo Drive, and Beth said, oh, let's go shopping on Rodeo Drive. I said, yeah, why don't you get dressed up like Julia Roberts, and we'll go, and I'll look like me.
You're going to dress up as what?
There's no point in me dressing up. And I said, yeah, let's go shopping. So we hit, like the first store you hit, then everyone's like, it's really kind of a tourist trap, actually.
It is. Well, of course.
What do you mean, of course? How do I know that? Pretty Woman, it didn't look like that.
Rodeo Drive.
Oh, well, I walk out there, and there's a I guess they have a lot of tour buses that come by. They're open-air tour buses, and it
Those
says...
big double-decker buses.
And it has Star written on it, and people are there to look at celebrities. They drive by the celebrities' homes. So I walk out, and they go, hey... The guy on the...
Did he have a bullhorn?
He had a bullhorn. Yeah, he goes...
And right over there is Howard Stern, the radio announcer.
That's funny.
You can't miss me, you know what I mean?
That's a movie scene.
And I go, uh-oh. Beth goes, all right, get back in the car. This is going to be a disaster. We don't need to go shopping. I said, listen, honey...
They're announcing you from the bus top.
My new thing is proving to Beth that, nothing bothers me. I go, honey, we came here to shop. Big deal. So people see. So they're on a tour bus. That's not a big deal.
So they're announcing me.
Yeah, so they're announcing me. We're trying to cross the street, and now we're jaywalking because we're so desperate to get across the street and hide.
We're going to be hit by traffic, but
and
it's
Beth's
okay.
going, and I go, Beth, let's go into that store. She goes, no, I really don't want to go to that store. I want to go to the one all the way down there. I go, we're going to walk all the way down there. No problem. No problem. The guy's going,
Howard Stern is over there not crossing the street. He is crossing the street.
So we went in some stores, and Beth said to me, I had enough shopping. Let's just go. Like we went to two
this was
stores.
A bust.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
It was a shame. But she was real tired from doing all this promotion, and I couldn't wait to get back to the fucking room. And
What'd you wear? What'd you throw on?
I
For
just
the
had
shopping spree.
Same thing I'm wearing now.
Yeah.
I don't get dressed up. I don't know what to wear. But Beth looked all hot. She had on the big fucking heels and the mini dress.
So she was really doing the Pretty Woman thing.
I said, go ahead, come on, we're a Pretty Woman. And so I didn't realize it was a whole tourist thing.
Oh, well, yeah.
I thought it was very exclusive.
No, inside is very exclusive.
No.
Outside is nothing
You know,
but
in Pretty
tourist.
Woman, they almost throw the people out who are like scumbags.
Yeah.
Apparently, they don't. Everyone was allowed in because every store I went in, everybody was there.
Yeah, but they can't really buy anything.
No, I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but then we had to get right. We wanted to take a nap before the party Because, as you know, the party started at 6, but that's really 9 o'clock in New York, which is the time I'm on.
So you took a nap?
Yeah, we took a nap.
Even though you'd been lying by the pool all day?
Well, I was turned on because Beth was wearing a short skirt, and we were on Rodeo Drive. I said, when we get back, I want to keep
so
that.
you didn't nap.
I said, keep that skirt on. Well, no, if I blow a load, I'll go right to sleep. So I know that. I'll tell him, like, I better have sex because then I'll fall asleep and take a nap. So I told her to take her dress. She should wear her dress, and we should have sex back in the room.
Right.
Because it'd be like Pretty Woman. Like, we walk in the room, and then I take her.
Uh-huh.
But then she had to take a bath or a shower or whatever she was taking. She showed up in the room in her just a regular, sleeping outfit.
Oh.
And I got upset because I didn't have my Pretty Woman fantasy. I wasn't Richard Gere.
Oh, well. Some other time when she's not
I
working.
want to take you in that dress.
You got to find a time for that when she's not working, Howard.
Yeah, right. She's all work. Workaholic. She did a lot of publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all over the place. And then we had to get ready for Jimmy's party. We showed up, and Jimmy's got this nice house. I don't know. It seems to have...
Sounds like a compound with extra houses for band setups.
He has like one little room. He has a house with a room that... In other words, I guess what you would call it is a guest house. You know what I mean? And like it's not attached to the regular house.
Right.
But he went all out for this party to welcome us because he had a bunch of people serving. He had guys cooking in his kitchen. He has a very contemporary home.
Uh-huh.
And the whole kitchen was filled with people cooking. And he's got a pizza oven, and they were making pizzas. And then
he wasn't making the pizzas? I thought he was gonna do some
he gave up.
cooking.
There were too many people there for him to cook. He evidently entertains a lot. Like, he'll just have a lot of people over.
Well, we've heard about those football parties he
Every
throws
Sunday.
every Sunday.
So then he's got the, so the first room he takes me to is this music room where there's like carpet on the walls.
Yeah, so he's soundproof
He's got he's got a keyboard, drum kit, and a bunch of guitars, a trombone, and a trumpet, and like a ukulele. He's got a whole bunch of stuff.
Who plays in there?
He says no one. He's never had anyone in there. I said, tonight we're playing. We're jamming tonight. I was the one who got that going.
Does he play anything?
No, he plays a harmonica.
I think he plays the clarinet, believe it or
No,
not.
he plays harmonica.
Oh, that.
If he's not competent,
He's
the
not,
clarinet.
so he's not
Yeah.
going to break out the clarinet in front of guests.
So,
That's funny. He built this room. He doesn't even
no.
play anything.
But it was this big party in my honor, and it was really nice of Jimmy to throw that because I felt very Hollywood and I felt very accepted and very, very much like a genius. Like I was being very appreciated for my talent. Like everyone was coming in and saying I was their hero and I'm very, very funny and they listen every day. So, like I felt really good. And I'm trying to think who was there. I'm sure I'll miss people, but...
You didn't take notes?
No.
You should have gone home afterwards and just, while it was fresh in your memory.
Let me see. Here, I'll write some people down, and I'll see if I can do this. Ben Stiller and his wife. I'm writing Ben Stiller and wife. And it was good seeing him. You know, we always enjoy having him on the show. It was fun.
He's a great guest.
Great guest. Then Rick Rubin was there. He came with also with a date, and Rick lost 100. Rick Rubin's the guy who produces. What does he produce?
He produced the Rolling Stones album. He, was instrumental in starting the whole rap thing with Russell Simmons.
Yeah, Rick produced my Private Parts album and all that. So he was there. He lost 150 pounds.
He got that big?
Yeah, he looks amazing. The fucking
I
guy.
don't recall him being that huge.
Yeah. He was really fat.
Really?
And he's a vegan. He was
he was always vegan.
He was the world's fattest vegan.
How'd he get that fat?
I don't know. Like he must have been eating like a cow. He must have been eating.
He can't eat a cow.
I go, Rick, you're the world's fattest vegan.
What the heck are you eating?
I know what it was because he once came over to my house and we were eating Chinese food. Like he'll order Chinese food with all the sauce on it, but it's all vegetables. But meanwhile, it's all that fattening sauce and.
Yeah, but he'd have to eat a ton of it. Howard.
Yeah, he was. But now he's a born again guy. He's super thin. He's ripped. He works out every day.
Wow. Well, see, that's the thing that we've seen a lot. You know, remember Mark Didia?
Yeah.
Who was a fat guy when he lived in New York.
Yeah.
And then he went to Hollywood and got ripped.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Because, like I said, I went to a Hollywood party here And I felt worse about myself than ever because they took so many pictures. And I'm standing next to these guys who, Ryan Phillippe and Ashton Kutcher and John Stamos, and each guy's better looking than the next. And I'm like, then when the pictures come back, I look like a hideous monster. Like I said earlier, I'm a 1 out in Los Angeles. Here in New York, I'm used to being a 4. I feel pretty good about it.
Terrible fall.
It was horrible. I was a 1. Maybe a 0.
Nobody's a 0.
No, because they have all these pictures of me playing with this celebrity band out there at Jimmy's house.
Uh-huh.
And every guy's good looking but me. And plus, my guitar had a very short strap.
Yeah, the way Ashton was describing it, it sounds like...
So I looked very Tiny Tim-ish.
The guitar was under your chin.
Yeah, I looked like I was playing you. And I didn't realize how funny it looked until I saw the pictures. But like I said, Beth must really love me because she whispers in my ear. She goes, "Oh my God, it's so sexy you playing the guitar, and then you were playing drums and you played keyboards." And I go, "Yeah, I try to tell you, I'm like a fucking Beatles."
You're one-man band.
Every instrument they put me on, they had to move me off.
You were the worst.
Yeah, I was the worst because I don't know how to play any songs. But
you still okay. So Ben Stiller and his wife.
All right, let me think. Amy Poehler.
Who is
Saturday Night Live, and she has her own TV show.
What's the TV show called now? Community.
Right.
No,
Community.
it's not Community. It's
All right.
Parks and Recreation.
All right. Courtney Cox and David Arquette.
Okay.
And she was she's fun.
Yeah?
And David's fucking great, man. This fucking guy, so we're trying to work out this band thing.
Uh-huh.
And, like various people were coming through and playing in the band. Stamos, I told you, was getting way too upset that the band wasn't good.
Yeah, it almost sounds like he and Mark McGrath got into a fight.
Well, yeah, it was kind of weird. Because Mark McGrath was at the party, Johnny Knoxville. But anyway, what happened was, I'm playing with Stamos and Mark McGrath, and none of us knew any songs.
You never knew any songs in common.
And John wasn't upset with me because John is afraid to get upset with me.
Right.
And,
he's not going to yell at you.
Yeah, because but he felt that I think Mark is a musician and he should know some songs. So he starts yelling that no one knows any songs and this is ridiculous. And it's ridiculous that he's the best musician there. And I go, John,
That's
Mark,
the craziest.
I go, Mark's a musician. Mark's written hit songs. He's in fucking Sugar Ray. He goes, I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, what is this? What is this? So we're having a band here, and
it's supposed to be fun.
And he didn't know any song. I go, calm the fuck down.
Does John have a problem?
John's crazy.
Does he need a talking to?
And John's dating this actress, Nikki.
Yeah.
Who's so hot. And I said, man, what? This is the girl.
Every girl he dates is hot.
I know, but I go, what's wrong with this one?
He'll find something.
Oh, yeah, he'll find something wrong with her. I'm like, boy, what is it like?
To be looking for flaws on that girl.
Yeah, I mean, there's no flaw. If you saw this girl, any guy in my audience would marry this girl without talking to her. Because you'd say, I'll put up with whatever the fuck she's got to say. And he's saying, best sex I ever had.
He's announcing that?
Yeah, and not a secret to her, too. And she likes it because she's like, it's John Stamos has fucked everyone. He fucked half the girls at that party at one point in his life or another. Yeah, so so we're in this room trying to there was a lot of good-looking girls there, the actresses and stuff, and they're all waiting for us to play. And I think John was getting upset because we couldn't play anything. But people didn't care. They were drinking Johnny Knoxville's moonshine.
And he's only got it in what kind of
It comes in a jelly jar. It's moonshine. It's illegal, I think. I don't even know.
But I mean, how big a jar is it that he's got enough for everybody?
Like this big? Like a big peanut butter jar. Like a peanut butter jar.
Like a gallon jar?
No. A jug. He's like a hillbilly. He is a hillbilly.
He's bringing the hillbilly to Hollywood.
But boy, it made a big hit. He was like the toast.
Did you ever taste it? What is moonshine?
I did. I tasted it. It's horrible. It tastes like like a chemical.
So if you could get good booze,
right?
Why would you drink moonshine?
Jimmy had had beautiful Kettle One there. I go, I want to drink Kettle One. I know where that was bottled.
Yeah, not this rot guy.
This was made in some dirty hillbilly's fucking basement with his feet. I'm not drinking this.
Don't even know how it's made. What he made it from?
But everyone was drinking it.
What do you make moonshine from?
And then Courtney
Corn?
Cox and Demi Moore. I mean, two beautiful women are saying to me, "Come on, pussy, drink it." They're slugging it down. And I'm like, gee,
Well, what are they drinking right out of the jug, or is he pouring?
No, everyone's right out of the jug.
Where are we?
First of all, I wouldn't share a glass of water with Johnny, let alone his fucking
And they're
moonshine.
drinking his moonshine.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not into it.
And what, does he have to drive it back to Hollywood, or is he getting it shipped?
I don't know. I don't know how it all works. Moonshine. It was good seeing him, though.
Moonshine.
He was there. He just
Did
had
he look crippled? I mean, Ashton paints a pretty sad picture.
No, Johnny is killing himself with these jackass movies, and he's drinking moonshine.
For the pain to
Yeah, I
dull
mean,
the pain.
he looks older than me at this point.
Oh, my God.
And that's pretty old. You don't want to look that like that. You know, he's such a handsome guy. What's he doing to himself?
Yeah, he's ruining himself.
Right. And he's shoving things in his penis twice a day. He says it's getting so commonplace to shove things up his penis because he damaged his penis that
He doesn't even think about it
sometimes he jams it in too hard and it bleeds because he's not even thinking.
Can he pee?
I guess he can. I believe he can pee. That's the follow-up to so take your wings and fly. I believe I'm gonna pee. Yeah. So finally, I guess Mark McGrath started to sing "I'm Just Gonna Fly," which is easy to play for me. It's D and A. Those are the two chords. It's just "I'm just gonna fly." Take your wings and fly. I did backup vocals. Now Mark swears I did a good job on backup vocals, but I don't think
We
I
don't
did.
have any record of this.
I'm like, take your wings and fly. Take your wings and
You're
fly.
doing that part.
And I'm like, like Richie Sambora and Bon Jovi. I was like, it was a lot of fun. And then David Arquette got up and played, and then
Was
Ashton
John
Kutcher.
happy when John
No.
Stamos when?
No, he was not happy with anybody's playing,
Oh.
and he thought everybody sucked, and he was annoyed, and we should have brought professional musicians to the party
Oh,
so he could play. I'm telling you.
he's a prima donna.
Yeah, he only wants to play with
I
Top
thought he
Flight.
was a fun guy. He's a prima donna.
So why can't we agree on a song? I said, because no one knows how to play a song. We don't know any songs. He goes, come on. Then he's yelling out all the Beach Boys songs. Says and then John.
He knows all those,
so John
yeah.
went on the keyboard and started. I didn't know he was so talented. He's playing
He can play
keyboard.
keyboards?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
he
'cause
really must have been annoyed.
So then I got on drums, and that was even more annoying.
Oh.
And Johnny Knoxville's so high on moonshine, he comes to me afterwards. He goes, I got to tell you, I didn't realize what a musician you are. I go, what? He goes, you were on drums. You were fantastic. I go, Johnny, you got to stop drinking moonshine.
Right, his brain is going as well.
He wasn't kidding.
Oh dear.
I go, Johnny, I'm horrible. That's the first time I played drums. He goes, oh, I wish I could do that.
Oh my God. You can.
Yeah, I said anyone can. Anyway, so that was the party. And that's my Hollywood story. And then we came home. Now I'm here. Now I'll go back to staring at the wall.
And, I'm here again for, to fuck around.
Hey, Jimmy, got some stories from this weekend, maybe?
Yeah, we had a good time this weekend. It was a lot of fun. I think Howard covered most of it yesterday, but I have some insight that perhaps he missed.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Lisa G is here. She's from the Howard 100 Newsroom.
Glassberg takes shits at work.
Well, you started to talk about it early this morning. Ronnie Mund has confirmed it, telling Howard 100 News that Benji Bronk is up to his old tricks again, running into the studio just moments before the Stern Show starts.
Didn't I say I was going to fire you if you did that, Benj? I mean, why are you pushing me? I like you. Why can't you just do this one thing and be here on time? Hello?
Hey.
Talk to me. I'm serious. Why can't you just fucking walk in on time? I'm asking you. It's a distraction every time you walk in late. I mean, come on. You're making me look like a shit because I said I'd fire you. Now, if I don't fire you, everyone's going to lose respect for me around here. Hello? Talk to me. Why can't you get in on time? I'm being serious.
I think I usually am 98%.
Yeah, I need you 100% of the time.
You're right.
I'm here on time. You need to be here on time.
That's right. I mean, you're right. What can I say if I do something wrong?
And like I said, I'd make you right in the back room, and you won't be in the studio anymore. I don't want to do all that. Just fucking stop pushing me, man. You're making me look bad in front of the staff. Do you get it now?
Yes, I do.
So now everyone's going to say whatever Howard says he doesn't make good on. You're making me look shitty. You're making me look like an asshole. I said, Benji, I'm going to fire you if you can't get in the door on time. And now I got to fire you, fucking ass, because I don't even want to fire you. I like you. I enjoy seeing you. Can you just do me this goddamn favor and show up for your job on time?
Yes.
Okay. Because you told me that before. Just do it. I don't give a fuck. Set 50 alarm clock. Robin's here on time every goddamn night. Every day or whatever day this is.
What is something changing? Does that happen? Is something different?
I don't care.
I understand. I'm just
That's his
wondering
problem.
if there's something in his life.
Go
that
to
changed.
bed.
He's got a kid or something. I don't know.
Come on, you're going to force me to fire you. I like your work. Just show up on time. You're making me look bad. You know, maybe I'm the asshole for saying I have to fire you if you don't show up on time. Maybe I shouldn't have backed myself into a corner, but I've backed myself in a corner, so help me out here so I don't have to fire you. Because you know what? I'm not going to lose my credibility over this. I have to fire you on principle. Please show up on time. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. What's going on that you can't be here on time? Did something happen? Was Robin right that something's different? Is something different? Hello? Who am I talking to? The goddamn wall?
I'm thinking.
What you're thinking?
Forget it then, Benji. If
And
you
nothing's
don't
happening?
know.
You know what he's thinking? He's thinking of a funny comeback.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay, so why can't you get here on time? What's the new excuse?
Well, listen,
What? Is something new?
No.
Then what's happened? Like, why were you late today?
I fell asleep. You know, as I was getting ready, I was just like, I did a stupid thing of laying back down.
Oh.
Which is
Set
real
a second alarm, man. That's what I do. I worry about that, too. But you get to the wrap-up show every day on time. Don't go on the wrap-up show anymore.
Okay.
Go home and go to bed.
Okay.
Who needs you there? He's like a Buddha. He's like planted here once he gets here. But just get here on time, okay? Because you're making me look bad, and now I'm embarrassed because I haven't fired you. And everyone's like, well, Howard just throws out idle threats. Benji can do whatever he wants.
What's on time? When you say get here on time, what time is that?
The time to start the show. What do you mean? What time is it? How come you know what time it is?
No, because, well...
How come everybody here knows what time they have to get
I
here?
spoke to an expert about this because this has happened a number
I'm
of times.
the expert. I'm an expert on
There's
this.
now an expert about time.
What
People
expert?
organizing their lives. And she said that he needs to get here at least 15 minutes before the show starts
Sure.
and have something to do so that he gets here and then he's busy once
Lisa,
he gets...
I get here 45 minutes at least before the show starts to get myself settled in, read the papers, get everything going. You're absolutely right, but I don't need a fucking expert to tell me that. Here, get to work on time. That's my expert. Or you're fired. But then again, I hate firing this guy. But I'm going to have to do it.
I think you're right. You just back yourself into a corner, and
Yeah.
you should have said something like something he would hate is to write outside of this room.
I don't even want him outside of the room.
I know, but it's just
So I'm the one who gets punished.
he's always putting you in a position of punishing yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what to punish him with. What do you value around here so I could take it away from you? So, you know, without firing you. Tell me what a good punishment would be for you. Hello?
I'm thinking, Howard.
Again you're thinking? What do you love around here?
I love you.
No, come on. What do you love around here? You know. Is there something you love to do? Do you love being on the wrap-up show? Should I take that away from you?
Yeah,
Do you
one of
love
my
that?
favorite things is definitely being on the wrap-up.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Is that really something? So should I take that away from you?
Well, I wouldn't want you to.
All right. So,
But
okay, if you're late, I'm going to take that away from you. Okay?
It's cool.
I got to treat you like a baby. You know, I got to take something away. I got to be like a parent and punish you because you can't get to your work on time.
As Will Smith said on the Oprah show yesterday, he doesn't believe in punishment. He believes
Who said
in freedom. Will
Who?
Smith.
He believes in freedom.
Yes,
Let him work
for his
here for a week.
children.
Let him
But
be
if
Benji's
you
boss for a week.
If you show that you can't handle your freedom,
Yeah.
then there will be consequences.
I
All
love.
Look, I'm no Will Smith, but here's something. I know what you love.
I love talking to Robin in the hall.
Oh,
Do you love
fuck
that Howard
that.
TV
That's probably
pays?
one of my
Do you love
favorite
that Howard TV pays for your breakfast? Do you like that?
Do I like? Yeah, sure.
You
of
like it?
course.
Okay. So if you do next time you're late, that stops.
Okay.
All right. You got to get your own breakfast. Okay. Okay. That's it.
Oh, I know the best one. That he has to go find those tubs of food himself.
Yeah.
Nobody's bringing
I'm cutting off your craft services, so to speak. All right? All right, Chubsy Wubsy? No food for Chubsy Wubsy. Either that or you have to take Richard's pee in your mouth. I can't make you do that.
I would hate to do that.
All right, so then I'm going to take away your breakfast allowance.
Okay.
All right, you'll be docked.
But I can drink the pee as a...
No. Okay, keep laughing. See, he laughs at me. What did you want to
Doesn't
say?
take it seriously.
When you say be here on time, I think he needs a time.
He was given a time.
Let me ask you something. What time do you think he needs to be here?
5:30, I think, sounds good.
No, he needs to be here before the show starts. Any time up until 6 o'clock, he needs to be here. I personally don't think he should cut it that close to 2 minutes to 6. But as long as he's in the room sitting down when the show starts, I'm okay. And quite frankly, we have a meeting for about 20 minutes before the show starts. He should be in on that. He's a writer. We start at 5:40 every morning with the meeting. He should hear what's going on. Fred's here, I'm here, Robin's here. I don't know what the problem is. I don't get it.
I mean, here's the deal. He's guaranteed at least till 6 o'clock. I try to run all the elements to at least 6 o'clock.
Right.
Sometimes a little over because sometimes it just feels better to do it that way. But at 6 o'clock, you can guarantee that's when the show starts.
Right. I wonder what Jimmy does with employees like this. Where's Jim? Bring him in here.
We'll ask him. Is he here?
Yeah, he's here. Even he's on time. He doesn't even work for me, and he's on time. How come you don't work for me and you're on time?
He's late.
Oh, he's late? What should I do with you?
He has to take Richard's pee.
Listen, I've been running the gauntlet of security to get in here, so I've been here for quite a while. I've been here since noon yesterday.
Did you hear what I'm saying to Benji?
I did not. No, we were, doing the interviews and all that stuff out there.
I backed myself into a corner because you run a pretty big operation. I saw Jimmy's operation out in L.A. and
It sounds like a major deal.
It's fucking impressive, is what it is. And then I got to talk to him about that bar situation because I don't
want to know what that is.
But anyway, so I've said to Benji, I've backed myself into a corner in terms of being management. I guess now I'm a boss. Yeah, lucky me.
You're running a company.
Yeah. And look who my employee is. Chubsy Wubsy, big fucking lump of lard over there.
What did he do? What did you do?
No, what he does is he shows up late a lot. He used to show up a lot. He used to show up a lot late. Like he just opened the door like 3 minutes into the show.
I remember that. Yeah,
and barreled through the hall.
And I mean, when you do your show, if one of your guys just happened to walk out on stage 3 minutes in, I think it'd be a little distracting to you, maybe.
It would, yeah.
Right. So I've said to the guy like a million times, look, please be here on time. It's very distracting to me when you come in late. And quite frankly, if you're a writer on the show, you should be here at 20 minutes. If we have a meeting for 20 minutes before every show, you should be here for it.
Sure.
But even if you're not, I don't even care. Just don't walk in at 6 o'clock in the morning while I'm talking. Come in early, come in on time.
Right.
So he said, okay. And then the fucker walks in today late, and like I've said to him, I'm going to fire you if you don't. So now I'm not going to fire the guy. I like the guy. He does a good job.
Well, there's got to be something in between firing and.
Oh, I found it. We pay for his breakfast every morning. I'm taking that away if he's late again.
Now, will you just take it away for the day he's late?
No, forever.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a good one. I mean, really.
I don't know that's
is
such a big penalty. I mean, how much can he eat for breakfast?
First of all,
well, come on.
Look at the size of him.
Robin.
What should I do, waterboard him?
He's not you, Robin.
Do you have any employees that you have to discipline ever?
Yeah, I do. Well, for me, it's a bigger problem because I do not command the authority or respect that you do.
I don't. That's the thing. Nobody respects me around
here.
The
comparison, though. I mean, people will. It's for me. I've hired a lot of family members. I have friends from my block.
I was backstage at Jimmy's show. The first person that comes up is this woman, lovely woman. She's Jimmy's cousin.
Right.
You're
My
kidding.
cousin Mickey, yeah.
Your cousin Mickey. And she's nice, and she's the one who's, producing Beth's segment. Then I see cousin Sal.
Uh-huh.
And cousin Sal is a writer on Jimmy's show who's, he's actually come to my house and stuff. But he's there. He's working. Then I go up in the elevator. Uncle Frank is the guy on camera, and the security guard.
I'm like the Wayans family.
Yeah, it's like, in some ways, I think it's beautiful, that you're that connected to your family. And the other way, I feel like Jimmy is a good guy, but he must resent the fuck out of all of them on some psychological level.
I
yeah.
really don't because the people that work at my show my family members are like the best employees there. They set an example that it makes it hard for the other ones. You know, people can't screw around when they see that my actual family members are there and working harder than they are.
But how can you fire? Let's say Sal isn't pulling his weight as a writer, and I know Sal's like a lovely guy. But let's say he starts to really kind of shit things up, and you only get so much budget from ABC, right? And you need good writers. I mean, you crank out material every fucking day, and it's scripted, and that monologue up front, and the clips, and all that. And like all of a sudden, like Sal's not pulling his weight. You can't get rid of him.
Right, but you have to remember that, Sal's been with me way before this show, so I had a long testing period before I got to hire him. So he worked with me when I was on the radio, and he worked with me on Win Ben Stein's Money and The Man Show and Crank Anchor. So I knew he could do it by the time
But I was even thinking, like, with you and Molly now being a couple, and she's co-head writer, you could. What happens if you guys break up? That'll be weird too, because, you know, don't you think? Isn't that additional pressure?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We'll just try not to.
Do you guys ever
Try to
have
stay with her.
moments of agitation with each other?
How do you discipline Molly?
How do you do that?
Like, have you ever like said, like, hey, Molly, you're writing some shit for the week, but you can't say that she's your girlfriend.
But she doesn't, though. So luckily,
I'm saying she's probably going to be more. You're probably going to run more into trouble in your personal life. Now, how does that work out at work if you've had a little thing and now you got to go work together?
We don't really have a problem with that.
Really?
I don't know.
Hasn't come up yet.
Okay.
I run things with an iron fist over there.
That's the thing with you, because I was thinking about, like, let's say Molly does something wrong. I don't think you can say anything.
Molly's never done anything wrong in her life, so I think I'll be all right.
She is a goody two-shoes.
Yeah, definitely.
You're happy with her, man.
Yeah.
You should see him. He's like he's all physical with her, and like a man in love.
Oh dear.
Yeah, get in the car. I push her.
yeah. He's like, he's like Ike Turner.
Oh God.
Takes out the shoe.
Off the shoe, the boot.
Yeah. I like this girlfriend.
Good. I'm glad. Well, I like your wife as well. Beth is lovely, and
you guys email each other a lot.
It sounds like you two are friends.
I think they're more than friends. I think they're going out.
Oh really?
Well, it's
Beth's every minute. I love Jimmy. I love Jimmy. I love Jimmy. I go, you love Jimmy too fucking much. Maybe I ought to look in on this. She really loves you.
Well, I love Beth too. Yeah, we do. We send emails and stuff. And sometimes I feel like you're very, very busy. And if I have a question for the two of you, I will just ask Beth that question.
By the way, I appreciate that. I really, truly do. She goes, Jimmy is doing this for the party, and this one's coming. I go, how come I'm not in on these discussions? She goes, because you don't want to be.
Right. And then you're like, yeah, you're right.
It's better not to have been on those discussions, because there's a whole thing with who was invited and who wasn't invited. And, hey, thanks for not inviting me. I mean, this party became... I really cannot possibly explain what it was like. It was like Oprah was visiting town and coming to my house. I mean, it was crazy.
First of all, I had no idea that I had that much juice in L.A. Like, I mean, you saw it.
It's
I was being
unbelievable.
chased by paparazzi.
I've never seen anything like it. I have to say, I've never seen the craze with
aggression.
You've got to come more often, because the fact you haven't been there for 12 years or whatever it's been has made people like, I mean, it was crazy.
It was crazy. I swear to God, I've never seen it. I didn't expect it.
I love the Rodeo Drive story.
Oh, I told that whole thing yesterday.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I go to meet Jimmy for dinner at this Italian place, really good place. What's the name of that place?
At Osteria Mozza, Mario Batali's
So
restaurant.
again, this is the second night in a row I get followed by the paparazzi. They're chasing us through the fucking street and this and that. I'm telling the driver, don't worry about it. What the hell? But it's really irking me that, like, somehow they knew ahead of time where I was going to be. So I go into the restaurant. I said to everyone, I said, first of all, how would they know where I'm going? The reservation's under Jimmy's name. It's not under my name. I go in. Reservation was under my name.
Oh.
No wonder they knew I was.
Yeah, by the way, I was like, what's going on here? Because I know somebody that works there, and so I said, hey, listen, I want to make sure we have a good table, I'm taking Howard there. And they put the reservation under your name, which was weird, because I called in to say, hey, we're on our way over there right now, and they're like, I don't have a reservation for you. I was like, what?
Even TMZ said that I was the king of L.A.
You were.
I was. But it's so funny. Yesterday, I'm on the air. I don't know if you heard any of the show.
I did. I heard a lot of it.
And I'm telling Robin about the party. And this party really did become something in L.A.
I sense a little bit of hostility from Robin about this party and the whole thing.
Really?
And I will get into that. Yes, Robin.
Hostility? What are you
all this.
That's funny. There was a guy on the phone earlier. I didn't put him on, but he was saying I sense a lot of jealousy from Robin about the party.
I sense
and I don't
a little
sense
something. I don't know what's going on.
What do
I'm
you
sorry, I missed the moonshine.
Oh, Robin with the. That's so Hollywood. It's so Hollywood. It's like,
no, wait a minute.
You're taking enemas and eating bean sprouts.
Hold it.
Who's more Hollywood than you?
Hold it.
You are
No,
Hollywood.
My only problem is that you're introducing Howard to all these people now we can't goof on.
Right.
That's my only problem.
I have a problem with that, too.
Like that's ever been an issue for you.
No, yesterday Ashton Kutcher was here. I was like, oh, no, we've got to be nice to him.
We've had Ashton on, but the reason Ashton was at the party, he's been on our show before.
Yes, but ever since then, we've goofed on him.
No.
Well,
yes.
Give it a couple weeks. You go right back to goofing on him. I mean, come on.
Hey, I got to tell you, first of all, I publicly want to thank Jimmy for making my time in Los Angeles so nice. He really did. He was like the host of L.A.
He was your President Reagan to your other foreign dignitary.
That's right.
Status. Yeah.
Can I tell you, I put probably 10 times more thought into that party than I did my wedding.
It's true. Yeah, because Jimmy describes to me when he got married the first time, he paid no attention to his wedding.
Oh, no.
But Jimmy was
the ring
really
at Costco.
Jimmy really wanted my time in L.A. to be nice.
Uh-huh.
So
I think he might want you to come back more often. Yeah.
Well, each night he had dinner planned at a different restaurant. We went to Soho House. We went with J.J. Abrams and his wife one night.
Katie, yeah.
Katie.
I gave Howard a massage after every meal.
And then
nice.
while we were sitting there, like Joaquin Phoenix and
then what was Joaquin Phoenix acting like? Because that's news.
I think he's crazy. Jimmy thinks he's normal. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell what's going on.
Because everybody's still trying to figure this whole thing out.
You got up from the table to go to the bathroom, and Joaquin was making fun of you. And I went, he's fucking crazy.
What did he do? What did he say?
Because I said to him, wait, I'm friends with Jimmy. What the fuck are you saying? He started goofing on Jimmy's show, saying Jimmy was that. I go, who the fuck are you?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Wow.
Jimmy thinks it's funny.
I do think it's funny.
Was
I don't
he
know what's
nice
going
to
on.
Jimmy while Jimmy was there and then immediately
sucking
flipped?
Jimmy's dick, and then 2 seconds later, Jimmy gets up and he's badmouthing him.
my
You have to understand something. For me, this is not a normal. None of it seems normal. Like the fact that Joaquin Phoenix even knows who the hell I am and walks in and comes over. But even just having all those people at my house, normally it is filled with my. Seriously, like I have friends with like lazy eyes, and they look like sea monsters. And to have like Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore and Courtney Cox playing the drums, it doesn't seem right.
So it was exciting for you too, because I thought you have these kind of parties all the time. Because you told me like Tom Cruise came to your house one time.
But you have to understand, like Tom Cruise did come to my house. But he was besides Adam, the only celebrity there.
Right.
Amongst all my, every once in a while, some one person comes. I've never had anything descend upon me like that.
See, I was under the impression that you've done this before.
No.
Well, wait a minute. How did all those people get there? I mean,
most of these people are, because I said to Howard, I know you're coming to L.A., you have limited time. If there are people that you want to see.
It started out small. Jimmy said to me, I'd like to do a small dinner party. Jimmy was going to cook dinner.
Right.
And he said, hey, I'm going to have a small dinner party. Is there anyone you'd like to see there? And so, I would say, gee, I'd love to see David Arquette. He does the show. He's such a nice guy. I've never even met Courtney Cox's wife. It's kind of weird, like I haven't. I said, maybe we'll have dinner with them, or something like that, like 1 or 2 people. And then we'd think of this one and that one. Then I mentioned it on the air. And then, like, all of a sudden, Jimmy goes, hey.
Once it went on the air, that was that.
Were you getting requests? Like people?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then, like even Greg Fitzsimmons, he was on the show.
Uh-huh.
And he's in L.A. And then Jimmy said to me, gee, don't you think we should invite Greg? I said, I was going to say something, but I feel funny inviting people to your home.
Right.
I don't know.
You don't feel like that's your place.
Yeah, and I said, I don't know how many people you can cook for, because Jimmy was going to cook.
Right.
And I said, of course so I'd say to him, of course I'd love to see Greg, but I don't know.
So I can forget him when I'm talking about
Right. Oh, by the way, did you hear Greg's show last night?
I didn't know.
It's so funny. We played it back. So I'm trying to think of all the celebrities.
You destroyed him, by the way, when you said that you didn't know he'd had a show on for a few years. That's when I thought I better invite Greg to this party.
Right. Yeah, I didn't realize. But Greg was kind of like, he wasn't hurt or anything, but he was just like, wow, Howard didn't remember I was there, and I was up on stage playing guitar with him and this and that. But I think
you forgot a lot of people. It's
sounds
okay,
like-
though.
Did I forget a lot of
Sounds
people?
like a very.
I
It
think
sounds
so.
like you could have cooked from Howard's
Greg's
list.
very forgettable, though. That's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's good to be in show
By the way,
business.
can I mention something really quick? Because I want to apologize for Fred, because I feel very badly.
This is a great story.
Now, Greg had me on the show, and Greg's a pain in the ass with these questions that he asks. You feel like you have to answer, but he's like, rank who you like best of Howard, Robin, and Fred, first to last. So I go, all right, well, Howard and I are pretty tight. So Howard's first, and then I'm trying to think of all right, who am I going to go with between Robin or Fred? I say, you know what, Fred has said a couple of things about me on the air that haven't exactly been accurate. Fred, I don't know if you're back there hearing, but
I'm listening.
But I love Fred. But forced to rank the three of you, that's where it came up, and then it became like I was insulting Fred.
But you said about Fred, and I thought it was very astute. Greg said, well, why do you like Robin better than Fred? And you said, well, Fred acts like he's some sort of genius and like he knows.
He's unimpeachable.
I didn't say that, but what I did say, and I think this is more your fault than Fred's fault. Whenever there's a lull in the conversation, you guys, I don't know, you turn to Fred, and then Fred will answer you, whatever the issue is.
Right. I'll answer to the best of my ability.
Doesn't anyone in this room have a computer? I mean, isn't there a Google search of any kind in here?
Sure.
So, in other words, you feel that we accept whatever Fred says as gospel,
Yes.
and Fred isn't that intelligent. In other words,
And
it's not a matter of intelligence.
You said that he
Fred
was
is very
inaccurate, and nobody will challenge him.
Right.
So now Fred has become like
By
your
the way,
enemy.
in case anybody was interested, then it's not a B minor chord in Hey Jude, it's B flat.
See, there you go.
There you go.
But now,
Just letting
after
you know.
listening to the show yesterday, Fred has risen above Robin, and Robin is back into the third place.
There you go.
Sorry, Robin.
Right.
Because
and sorry,
of
Fred.
my, what?
Yeah, what are you sensing about Robin about this Hollywood?
I don't
party?
know what's going on. I really don't know. I don't know what is going on. I feel like
You think she's jealous that I was at your party?
I think I'm going to have to throw Robin a huge party when she comes to LA to try to even this out.
Look, I feel Robin was happy for me that you were throwing this party for me.
I wanted him to go and actually enjoy a trip.
Yeah.
That was my paramount desire.
Oh,
and it
come on!
sounds like
You would, but it would have been
really.
funnier if he had a horrible time, wouldn't it have?
No, because he's so miserable, Jimmy. I'm telling you, I feel for him.
I had Jimmy took pictures of this party that he threw, and again, Jimmy sent me a picture, and he's a funny guy. He labels it the Jonas Brothers, and as I said, at Jimmy's house, he had this band room set up,
Right.
and now everyone I know who was at the party is now setting up a band room. They were very inspired.
Everyone's
Yeah.
going to have one.
And Jimmy sent me a picture of me, Ashton Kutcher, and David Arquette on stage. And David Arquette's very handsome, and so is Ashton Kutcher. And I wrote back to Jimmy. I said, "Good Lord, I look horrible." And he said, "Well, even George Clooney would look horrible standing next to those
It's
two
true.
guys." But really, I had such a good feeling about how I looked that night until I saw these pictures.
You were feeling confident?
Jimmy's girlfriend Molly took lots of pictures, and I'm going to pay her to destroy them because I looked at myself playing. First of all, the guitar you have, the strap was like a ukulele.
As I told you, I don't know how to play any of those instruments I own. I don't even know why I have them.
It's funny because you really don't play anything except harmonica.
This is the first. I don't even play that. Just everyone seems to think because you own one, you play it. But I was just really breathing into the harmonica. I don't know how to play the thing.
Right.
But everyone, it's funny because I've been trying to get people to go into this band room and jam. This is the idea,
Well, the second you showed it to me, I knew we'd use it.
I wanted it to be like a Jackie Martling style party without the garbage can full of clams, you know? And finally, people went in there. But it was really weird because I kind of missed the Stamos-McGrath battle, whatever was going
that's
on.
another thing.
Apparently that didn't happen.
Greg had McGrath on, right?
I don't know about that.
How do you know what happened?
Did Mark say there was nothing between them?
Mark went on the show, Greg Fitzsimmons show.
Right.
He said, I don't know what Howard's talking about. Because I had said that Stamos was really angry.
Oh, really?
That no one knew any songs, and McGrath should know what
And they
songs to
really
do.
got into it.
And according to what Mark McGrath said on the Greg Fitzsimmons show, that after the party, not only was Stamos great with him, Stamos has invited Mark McGrath to his party at his house next weekend where the Beach Boys will be, and they're all going to jam together. So maybe I had it wrong, but you
it sounds like a
on
preemptive strike from Camp Stamos.
Right. Because what was your take on all of that?
Well, I got the impression, and I think it was supported by an email I got from Mark, that there was something going on, although I missed it completely.
Yeah, I was kind of high, but I thought Mark was saying that Stamos was throwing attitude toward him.
I thought so, too. I think that's what everyone was saying.
Is poor John Stamos just misunderstood?
I don't know.
I don't know what John expected. I kept saying to John, listen, as this is over music, I'm screaming, John, just play any song you know, and everyone will follow around with it. And he would not do that.
Now, here was the problem. No one knew any words to sing.
We didn't need the words. That was the least of our problems. No one knew how to play any of the instruments.
I played Louie Louie.
Yeah.
I played I Just Want to Fly with Mark McGrath.
Yeah.
I was right
That
in
was
there.
the only one we really had together.
At one point, I threw my guitar down. I said, I can't work with this fucking band anymore. I was like a prima donna. But even Greg said, how cool is it? Like, we were up there jamming, and then you look over, and Demi Moore and Courtney Cox, and like...
Let me tell you, if there was video of that, thank God. And let's say you were not involved in that, and you saw video of that, you never stop goofing on it.
Right.
It was so
like,
goofable. Look at these assholes playing these instruments.
But it's a party, and everyone's drinking.
Now you understand my dilemma.
I know. I think you'll be all right. I think you can get right back to it.
Robin would have loved it. You know what? I felt like I was part of Hollywood legend. You know,
Absolutely.
I used to read about like Bogey and Bacall would have over Sinatra, and Sinatra would bring.
Well, that's what I said. It's like
We had John Stamos.
We had John Stamos.
I
Same
remember Carrie Fisher would write those books about growing up with Debbie Reynolds.
Right.
And this was Debbie Reynolds' house. You know, she'd just invite people over because she wanted to sing.
Right.
You know, and so
Right.
she, as soon as she'd get a crowd together, she'd get the guy to
karaoke.
play the piano and she'd start singing.
Jimmy gave me a tour of his house before the party,
Uh-huh.
and he shows me this music room. And he says, I don't know why I built it. He says, no one's ever used it, ever.
Now it's legend.
My son uses it. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said to him, listen, everyone's going in there tonight. This is fun.
Yeah, it's a legend
I was
now.
happy
I mean,
of it.
this is going to happen at your house every week now.
Johnny Knoxville walks in with this fucking moonshine in a
Which
jelly
I still
jar.
can't get
and
over.
He's twisting off the cap and sipping it. And before I knew, I didn't expect that like Courtney Cox or Demi Moore or like Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller drank moonshine?
I don't know if he did, but like I didn't expect them to. I would think you'd look at Johnny Knoxville and go, "There's no way I'm drinking anything that came out of some basement that he knows from a cousin in
Right,
Louisiana."
I would expect the circle around him
Right.
to get larger as people moved away.
No, people
Out
loved
of the
it.
same mason jar, as if it was communion at Mass.
There's
Everyone
no
was-
cups in your house.
There were cups, but it seemed inappropriate to use the cups.
I was disgusted by Beth even. I said to her, she goes to me, Beth hit a lot of moonshine. I go, I wouldn't even drink it. And I said, did you drink any of that?
No, I didn't. I've had it with him before, and I learned not to ever drink it.
Yeah, well, like Beth had a lot of it, and she says to me when we're home, do you think it's bad that I was drinking out of that jelly jar, with
Right.
everyone? And I go, of course.
No germs could possibly survive in that.
That's
in
what
that
she said.
moonshine.
It's not the germs you worry about. As Fred said, who made the stuff?
Exactly.
What do they know?
Under what
Oh,
conditions?
Fred, don't worry. It was Johnny Knoxville's relatives.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're all
And you know how
clear
stable
thinking.
Johnny is.
Right.
It's no problem.
Don't worry. These are very, very close relatives of Johnny.
I think a
broken penis.
lot of people in Hollywood are jealous that they weren't at this party. Because
They
it was-
might be, yeah. They might be.
Now, every email I read, they said this is the best party they've ever been to. Now
Yeah.
you've thrown a legendary party at your
Now
house.
you've got to live up to that.
You can never come back.
No, don't ever have another party.
I probably won't.
I was kind of happy, too, that, because Jimmy describes to me that he's very open about his home. Every, Sunday during football season, he has the guys over to watch. And a lot of people, I even said to Jimmy, I said, they must fuck your house up because they do.
Mm-hmm.
They wreck his house.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Because it's like a bachelor pad. They think it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and also the house I had before, which wasn't as nice, was kind of like you wouldn't really even notice necessarily if people were fucking things up. And
But now you notice.
now you really notice,
Yeah.
like there's a big gouge in the refrigerator, or something's happened.
Well, Jimmy's got a really nice house now.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and the idea, I was really afraid somebody would fuck up his house. Like, I was eating dinner at one point on top of his poker game.
Right.
What is that thing called? It's a video game.
Yeah, the video poker, yeah.
I was eating with David Arquette. I said, hey, maybe we shouldn't be putting our plates down on this thing.
No, that's fine.
They could get ruined, but nobody listened to me.
Believe me, that was the most refined group of people I've ever had at my house. I mean, normally
They were
people
all
are
good. You didn't see anything.
Yeah, normally, like, somebody falls asleep, and my cousin Sal pulls his pants down and jumps ass first on the person's face. And
Right. There was none of that.
No.
Yeah, but it was fun. So
Yeah.
who was at the party that I'm leaving out? First of all, I mean, I thought who did I leave out? Do you know? Who was at the
Besides
party?
Greg?
Well, Greg was left out. Yeah, again. Greg does a great show, by the way. You should listen to it sometime.
Yeah, I really should.
Yeah,
No, I do.
Who else was at the party? Well, you mentioned Ben, and you mentioned Bill and Krista after a while. Bill
I
Lawrence.
didn't understand who Bill Lawrence and Krista were, and Krista is going to call into the show tomorrow because she feels that she says she did, in fact, have a conversation with me.
This was the actress.
The actress.
Okay.
She said, Howard, I did speak with you. You spoke and I feel stupid that I had. This was in an email to Gary.
Mhm.
I feel really stupid that I didn't tell you who I was because I'm a big fan of the show. So she wants to call in and talk about that.
Right.
So
Everyone there is a big fan of the show. I mean, it's like not one person there was just like, yeah, I'll check out, want to see what's going on.
Made me feel really important and good about myself, and like maybe I'm
Maybe
really
you got
somebody.
something going on.
Maybe I have something going on. It made me feel really, really important. Like I felt like a Hollywood sort of celebrity kind of
There
thing.
you go.
With the paparazzi chasing me, then we go to Jimmy's and.
You're like
No.
Princess Di.
Yeah, I felt really, really. I felt really like
a more beautiful Princess Di.
I felt like, wow, I'm. If these people are all pretty talented and
They
all look up
want
to me.
Now, you're saying that Demi Moore is a fan, or is Ashton Kutcher a fan? Who's the fan?
Ashton Kutcher's the fan.
Well, I think he, I think it's like also with Courtney Cox. I think you get into a certain territory where they're either on board or they aren't. And I think when even people who are not necessarily fans, if they start listening to the show, it becomes a part of your life, kind of, and you can't really help but enjoy it. And I think that she
They've
would
wandered
fall
into that
category.
territory, yeah.
And I think people, you have the greatest thing because just being nice to people is, they can't believe it because they think like they're going to walk in and you're going to like jerk off on them or, maybe like shit in your hand and smear it on them or something. And
The only guy who I think was angry with me was Jeff Probst.
Do you think Jeff was angry?
I don't know because I went over to talk to Jeff. And I thought that the girlfriend was the one that he met on the island.
Right. He was confused about the woman.
That's a bad start.
But I didn't say anything because I was respectful because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if they broke up or not because I don't remember seeing her on Survivor, the girl he was with.
You didn't recognize her.
It turns out that he broke up with the girl he met on Survivor, and now he has a new girlfriend. So I started to quiz him about his life with this girl, and then I got into have you guys said I love you to each other? Then they both turned
Not
beet
an
red.
uncomfortable question.
And then I said, well, if you haven't said I love you, does anyone want to say it now?
Oh, my God.
Now, the guy standing next to me turns out to be some famous guy who is...
Who, Will Arnett?
Will Arnett.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
Right. Oh, he's great. He's a great
funny actor.
He's hilarious.
But we were having a blast, and Jeff Probst goes, I don't like this interview. I go, it's not an interview. We're at a party, and we're having fun. But he felt he was being interviewed.
You were having fun.
I was having fun. So I don't know if he was really upset with me or we were just having a good...
You just lost him at that point.
I was trying to have some
I
fun.
suspect that Jeff, as a big fan of the show, understands.
He was having a good time.
And was
All right.
probably into it. But I don't know. I've not heard from him.
I haven't spoken to Jeff yet.
Right.
But, I just know that he's a huge fan,
Right.
loves the show. So, and he went out of his way to go to this party.
Yeah,
had to
he
rearrange.
flew back from New York.
It turns out he didn't fly back from New York, but
okay.
he flew, like he took the red eye, I think, to get to New York to be on the air the next afternoon.
I know.
So, here he is, and he's got a new girlfriend, and he wants to introduce you, and then you're just busting his balls at a
I don't
party.
think... was he angry?
I haven't spoken to him, but the way you're saying it makes it sound like you were busting his balls.
In fact, the way I looked at it was I was paying attention to Jeff in front of his new girlfriend. And
But I don't think,
I don't know. I thought I was being nice.
Have you said I love you is the way to do it.
Well, then I got into... And then she announced that she has 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
And I went, whoa.
Oh, no.
Howard voted her off the island.
I go, Jeff, is that going to be okay?
Are those immunity idols or are those kids?
I go, Jeff, are we all right with that? And I go, how's she going to go visit you in Guam or wherever you shoot Survivor? How's she going to visit you and with the 2 kids? This isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Jimmy's checking notes. What are
Yeah,
your
there's
notes?
another thing I'm mad at Robin about also.
What?
Go
What?
ahead. What is it?
Oh, God, he made notes about that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, no, I was listening yesterday, and just everything gets challenged. It's unbelievable. Robin, I listened to this show. How old do you think I am?
Oh, yeah, this is good.
How old do you think I am? Why do you think I'm your age? I'm 42 years old.
Jimmy announced that he always
That's
says to
funny.
me, he always says to me, you know, I listened to you growing up.
I did.
That's true.
What year did you guys start at NBC
You're actually
in New
right,
York?
because I'm 50.
Of course I'm right.
I'm 56. We had a feeling you were an adult already.
I'm not an adult.
I guess you've been around for a long time.
Maybe
In my
that's it.
Yeah, I'm like an Olsen
Yeah.
twin.
And so I think of you as older, maybe.
Because I'll talk to Jimmy, and he has, like, you know, similar influences as I do, like in Mad
He
Magazine.
seems to know about everything.
And then conveniently,
Both
all
from
of a sudden,
New York.
he grew up listening to me, and I go, oh, shit. He doesn't seem that young.
I just called that into question. I said, grow up.
Yeah, no, I was a
Maybe
teenager.
he delayed his
Hey,
adolescence.
someone wants to talk to you.
Uh-oh.
Who do you think it is?
I have no idea.
Take a
Stamos.
guess. No. Who do you think it is?